It's time for the Ella Johnson Show. Thanks for tuning in to the Ella Johnson Show, where there are two sides to every story. Enjoy the broadcast. Stay tuned. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Ella Johnson Show. Listen, we had a time this weekend. It was all about Alabama history. Those of you that know me, you know that I'm from Alabama. So we covered as much as we could about Alabama history. There's a lot. And then on Sunday, we talked about Monroeville's history. So I want to welcome you all to the Ella Johnson Show for this month, Black History Month. We've been going live and talking and bringing all kinds of topics to you that I thought were relevant to our history and how it parallels to what we're going through today. So today's broadcast, we're going to talk about racism in this country. Everyone has an opinion. Is he racist? Is he not racist? When isn't he racist? So we're going to tackle all of that. And I have a wonderful, awesome crew tonight to do just that. But I want to first welcome you to the Ella Johnson Show. If you're watching from Facebook, do me a favor and just share the broadcast tonight. Please, this is a great conversation, and I want as many people involved as possible. So share the broadcast. You may be watching from LinkedIn or YouTube or Instagram, or you may just be watching on another page on Facebook. But wherever you're watching from, I just want you to know that we do appreciate you, but I want you to share. And if you're at YouTube, do me a favor and subscribe, and you never have to miss my shows ever again. So hello, guys. How's everyone?
Don't.
Pretty good.
Excited to be here. I'm going to bring Miss Sabrina up. She is just joining us from Mobile, Alabama. Hello, Miss Sabrina.
How you doing?
Hello.
Hey.
All right. So what I want to do is I have a full. Yes.
Okay.
I just want everybody to know that we have a full house tonight, and I want them to introduce themselves so you guys can know and meet who you're hearing from tonight. I'm going to start with you, Black Got Comics.
All right. Well, yeah, that's me. I'm Black Dog Comics. I'm I'm an independent comic book creator, author of Grimbone. Salute to Jonathan Coleman. He helped me do promo for a year straight. So salute to my brother up there. But yeah, I like representation for my community, and yeah, I'm black and I'm proud, pretty much in comic book.
Black and I'm proud. I love it. That's what I'm talking about. Welcome to the Ella Johnson Show. All right, Ms. Director.
Hi, my name is Aisha. I'm a director, producer, filmmaker. 180th Street Films. That's my company. I have a few projects that just dropped on Tubi. Play in My Face and Bishop Bling. Those are the two. So y'all got to check me out. Those are the two movies that just dropped. I also have a Facebook group called the Tubi Takeover on Facebook. Make sure y'all tap in on that group and join that group.
And we're going to hear more from you all at the end, because I want you to be able to drop your links so we can check you out. You said Tubi. What was that? Tubi, what is it?
The group is a Tubi Takeover on Facebook.
Tubi Takeover. Okay. I like it. All right, Miss Sabrina, tell everybody who you are, Miss Feisty.
Well, I'm Sabrina Mass. I'm originally from Texas, but I live in Mobile, Alabama. My husband's home. He's retired from the United States Air Force proudly. I have a long resume, but most of the things that I really enjoy the most at this point, besides my family and, my husband, is, the city of Mobile. I've been a community and civil rights activist here for 18 strong, long years, fighting for justice.
That's right. Power to the people. All right. All right, Jonathan, tell everyone who you are, my friend.
Oh, yes. Jonathan Coleman of the Media Blast PR, your public relations specialist number one. And yes, I work with Black God Comics and the director, Aisha Brown. And if anybody else wants to work with me as well, hit me up at info@themediablast.net, or you can follow me on Instagram or hit me up on Facebook. I'll talk to you. We'll talk about it. I've also worked with Ella Johnson in the past as well. It was a pleasure working with her, and hopefully we'll be working again soon. But aside from that, I'm just ready to talk. Oh, I'm here in North Carolina. Although I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina, I'm everywhere. I'm not just, I'm everywhere. So
Everywhere.
get with me and yeah.
He really is everywhere. And yes, we are going to work together. I look forward to it too. So I just want to thank you guys all for tuning in, because this is going to be a very good conversation. So I want you guys to jump in where you fit in, and just everything goes here. Now, they say that if you repeat a lie enough, it becomes the truth. And right now, there is a massive media machine working overtime to convince you that Make America Great Again is a colorblind movement for everyone, right? But tonight we aren't listening to the pundits or the teleprompters, all right? We are listening to the man himself. That's how we got to do it. Stop listening to everybody. Because while right-wing media will tell you he's a champion for Black America, they won't show you the post from February 5th, right? Where he shared a video depicting Barack and Michelle Obama as apes. Yeah, they're not going to talk about that. They won't tell you about the cabinet meeting where he called Somali immigrants garbage and said their country stinks. They won't mention any of that. They won't mention him calling political rivals lazy. Remember how he did, Kamala? A trope as old as Jim Crow, or suggesting that migrants have bad genes. Trifling. This isn't just tough talk. These insults are the policy signals for what's happening right now. The dismantling of the Black middle class through federal job cuts, that's all happening right now. The erasure of Black history from our national monuments, it's all happening right now. The push for the SAVE Act, I know you guys heard about that. A law designed to make you show a passport just to exercise your constitutional right to vote. Right now, tonight, we're cutting through all that noise. We are bringing you the receipts that the other networks are too afraid to show. We do it all here on the Ella Johnson Show, because the truth doesn't need a filter, and your future shouldn't be built on a lie.
Yeah.
Right? You guys agree? All right. Well, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Now, we're gonna talk about this. There's so much to talk about because this guy does so much. Yes, we're gonna say words, racist, narcissist. We may say words like that tonight. Nothing you ever heard before, so don't be shocked. But we're just gonna tell it like it is, right, Jonathan? That's what we're doing tonight.
Indeed.
Anything you say, whatever needs to be said. Now we're gonna start off with this right here because this is the most recent. You guys remember just yesterday, because they're always giving us something to talk about. Like people that are in media, you will never get tired because there's always something. This is the latest one. BAFTA had their award show over in London, and Michael B. Jordan, Delroy Lindo were up there, getting ready to present an award. And this racist comment, the N-word, just was blasted out in the audience. Now, I have to give it to these brothers. They were very professional. They kept on going, and that's how they teach you. That's like in cheerleading when we would do a cheer and you mess up, they tell you keep smiling, right? Well, this is exactly what these guys did. Now, I want us to talk about it. Now, they say that John Davison has some kind of medical condition. He just has and he just has to blurt out stuff. So funny how he figured out how to blurt out the N-word when somebody black is up there. Now, if he would have said the N-word when somebody white was up there, I probably would have almost bought it. But you just so it's got navigation on this thing. So I want y'all to talk to me about it. I'm gonna start with you, Black Guy. What do you think about this picture that I just put up there?
All right. I don't mean to go in length, but I just discussed this earlier, so I just like to give a not a lazy take, right? On one hand, Black people are being asked to accept disrespect that we shouldn't have to accept. Number one, right? So I'm never checking how Black people react to disrespect, because people are quick to police our reactions to racial outbursts, violence. We're always expected to have the best response that's suitable to a white audience, right? And even because he has Tourette's, like I have a friend who has Tourette's, right? So there is a legit corpella. I don't know how to say it exactly. Well, yes, they will say offensive things to you. Then that's a part of their tick. 10% of Tourette's people do actually have something to that extent that they will say a slur, call you all types of offensive epithets. The issue is the people around him know his condition. Y'all know his condition around him. So when y'all brought him to a public space, he said it the first time. He said it 3 times. He didn't just do it once.
Right.
So after the first time, that was y'all job to say, hey, we're sorry about this. He has to, we're going to get him, we're going to handle this because we don't want him to disrespect y'all no more. Y'all allowed him to do that 2 more times. And then y'all still aired it, but then you can censor another Black man saying free Palestine. So you made a decision to allow that to be aired in the first place. So I can give grace to someone having Tourette's because, again, I know personally, I'm not going to judge nobody for their mental condition. So even if I want to give John Davidson grace, Black people don't have to. They didn't even give Kanye grace. And Kanye has bipolar disorder. We said, the hell with Kanye because he was fanboying too much.
Right.
So like we hold our own more accountable, but then no one wants to hold their people accountable, because even if you want to blame John Davidson, what about the people around him who heard that 3 times and said, oh, Black people, y'all just be calm. Y'all just handle it right.
Oh yeah, we're always expected to rise above. Always. Yeah.
That's an unrealistic expectation when we have stress. We have trauma for being disrespected on a constant. And there's no humanity given to our people with mental health.
That's right.
Very
good point.
The police kill us. We have a psychotic episode. We get shot in the street for that. Then a man just choke a Black man on a train to death for having a mental episode. No humanity, no grace, that man died that day, and they celebrated the man who killed him as a hero.
Oh wow.
So
see, so what are you guys hearing about this, as far as what are you hearing out there in the media that people are saying about it that look like us? I know Jamie Foxx had some words about it.
They said that some parts of the show was edited. It was like on a tape delay, even though, and they had, so why didn't they edit that out? They kept that in.
Well, they apologized and they said that they're sorry. They forgot to edit it. I don't know why. I don't believe that, guys. Is it just me?
I mean, can you hear me? Can you hear Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
I mean, that's the thing. It should not be edited. I mean, things that are done and said in real time, whether it's me or anybody, needs to be, especially in the political or arena where you're a public figure, it should not be edited. Tell what they say. Keep it real. If you said it, if you were bold enough to say it, then you should be bold enough to handle the situation. And Tourette's syndrome, because I'm a retired veteran nurse. Okay, now let me talk about that Tourette's syndrome. Okay, maybe he did have outbursts, but that's a bunch of bullshit. But anyway, we're gonna keep it going. Tourette's syndrome. Even if he had Tourette's syndrome, he said that from his heart. Nobody that's not racist just comes out and blurts out nigger. I mean, let's just keep it real. That's how you felt at the time. That's how you felt about the people at the podium. You said what you said. You meant what you said, and let's keep it real. Okay. The problem is when they come back and backtrack, and they always want to try to make it this way. And first of all, I need to see some medical records to see if it's Tourette's syndrome. I would like to see the medical records from a real doctor, because they can tell you anything. They go back and try to, scrub things from reality. And then it's up to us, the ones that have a brain, a real functioning brain, to decide and to understand the truth.
Right, absolutely.
And we as a culture have to stop giving pass. Well, I'll never give a pass. I don't know about everybody else. Nobody's getting a pass around here. I wouldn't get a pass. So why should anybody else get a pass from whatever it is we choose to do in our life?
Right.
That's just all I have to say about that foolery.
So Jonathan, you were shaking your head when she said, why edit it? You agree?
Yeah, I'm a backpedal on what I'm saying because it makes more. Yeah, I agree. Because they could also spin it like, oh, well, he never said that. That's some hearsay that happened there. So I'm glad. Okay, yeah, keep it in so we can see what's really going on. You know,
Maybe BBC meant to make it be known. You know, maybe they wanted everybody to see how people really feel. You know, it's
But they
possible.
I'm
edit
sorry,
it
sir.
out.
I don't think
Yeah.
that they personally. Let me say this: there was two brothers up there,
Yeah.
so they couldn't edit it and they couldn't take it out. Don't you think those brothers will come back and be on different podcast shows, news, and tell what was said? I mean, those are two brothers. They're not going to let that ride without the people knowing. So they had no choice but to put the truth out there or the video out there. I'm sure they wanted to edit it. I'm sure they would love to edit it. I'm sure they would have edited it.
Yeah.
But you got two brothers up there that were powerful brothers in this community and the United States of America. They would have not let that lay down and rest like that. That's why they weren't edited.
Exactly.
I just thought about something. Delroy, remember he was on this interview with these Caucasian people, and they said, well, why do you guys use that word? And nobody else can say it. He said, well, say it. Go ahead, say it. I'll say it with you. Y'all remember that?
Yep.
So I'm thinking, I don't know. I am a conspiracy theorist, but maybe that could have something, because it just so happened he was up there and he was the one that was telling him say it. I don't know. I never looked at it that way, Sabrina. What you're saying, that it's good that we heard it. I think that's true. I never looked at it that way, but you may be right on. You might be onto something by saying that. Yeah.
I mean, Miss Johnson, excuse me, y'all. I believe that you're right. I believe that it was intentional. It was said, and you got to understand those kind of the fools like that. They want to breed others to be comfortable to come back to saying that word again. You see what I'm saying?
It's happening too often. Yeah.
But Karens, no, they don't get no passes out here. Not no.
Has anyone run across a Karen yet?
I have not, but I was really wishing I would have, just to get the experience.
What was that, Black God?
I dealt with a male Karen out here in Arkansas. Dealt with that. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That was fun.
We're talking about social media. Here's another one. This happened this month as well with Obama, with the depiction of apes. I know everybody has seen this. Obama has since responded and said, listen, it's a clown show. Just go vote, is what Obama, which I expected him to say that. What do you guys think about that one and how that went down? He took his down, though. Was that because he had a change of heart?
Donald Trump has been racist his entire life. I don't know why we act surprised that he does the racist things he does. He's been racist. His daddy was a Klansman.
That's true.
Like he's been racist. Like, so when he was racist, when he was talking about black people saying that the black jobs were picking fruits and berries, Donald Trump has been racist. Like, even how he talks about black people's racist. Like, oh, I've been great for black people. I gave them HBCU funding. Sir, you cut the HBCU funding. We had to take you. It took litigation to get our funding back. Everything he does is to spit in our face and tell us, yo, I really do like you guys. Like, he thinks we're stupid.
Yeah.
Like Lion King didn't even have monkeys in the movie other than Rafiki.
That's what I'm saying.
You know,
right?
But like, come on, dog. Like
you know what I'm afraid of when all of this stuff is so obviously being put out there. I'm afraid that black people will forget when it's time to vote. I hope not, but that's what scares me.
Not this time around. Not this time around.
I'm not concerned with black people, honestly, politically. I think when he's coming into office a second time, black people are just how we voting turn out. We understood if we didn't like Kamala or not, harm reduction. If this fool gets into power, he's gonna try to take us back to
Jim Crow.
Like, I don't even say I'm talking about reconstruction. He won't take us back then. Like, Jim Crow's like a luxury to Donald Trump. We're gonna go back to Reconstruction dealing with him. Like it's gonna be barren wastelands and just Black Death all over the place. We let him do what he want to do, and I think we knew that.
Something too. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But it was like what you were saying. Black people was really irritating me and getting on my nerve, and there was a lot of arguments because they voted for. They didn't want a woman so bad that they voted for this idiot, and now people are complaining and this and that. Why the hell? I get so pissed off and infuriated because, and then Black people, I don't care what. I don't care if a daggone puppy was running against. I would go with the puppy before I go with this man. This man is a nut, and you don't know that, and so you just don't want a woman that bad that you would vote. I'm talking about blacks. I just can't see why a black would even vote for him. And then they got the nerve to get on social media and argue you up and down the reason why they voted for him. Try to say everything about this lady, but he is just not qualified. He was surprised himself when he won the first time.
Yeah.
Right?
He like, what? They fell for that?
Right. I agree with you, Aisha. 1,000. Oh my God. I don't think Trump really wants to be president. I don't think he really wants to. I just think he likes the power. He wants somebody else to do it. But I think he just likes being on the mic, being heard. Every time he gets on the mic, it just makes you cringe because you know he's either fixing to lie, mess up a word, or say something racist. Right?
Yeah.
Well,
What do you have to say, Wonder Guy? What do you think about all of this?
I think it's all comical. To tell you the truth. I mean, you know, when you focused on what you're doing in your life, you got your family, you got whatever hobbies or business, whatever you're doing, and you're just seeing all this stuff going on stage, it's just comical because, I mean, is it real? Is it, you ask yourself that, is this really real? You know what I'm saying? Or is this just a bunch of folks just putting on an act just to keep us all distracted?
Well,
but you know, y'all entertain. Everybody's entertained, you know, hey, enjoy it, you know. Hey, get your dopamine on, you feel me?
But I'm with Aisha. The thing that frustrates me the most is us and how we were responding to this. If we all laughed and just said, man, that fool, the idiot, it'd be great. But that's not what everybody's saying. There are people, and Christopher here says, I agree with you guys, but why do Black people vote for him? What is it about this man that appeals to them in their life that they think that they're going to come up out of their situation because Trump is president? What do you guys think? What's going on? I wish I had somebody on the panel that voted for Trump so they can tell us why they did. Because I really want to pick their brain. I want to know what it is. What is it? I guarantee you they don't know what's going on with Project 2025. I guarantee you they don't know.
Let me say this.
Yeah.
I didn't vote for Trump, but I had my reasons why I liked him in the beginning because I felt like America is, you know, first of all, it's a corporation. And how a lot of these politicians was running things wasn't based on how corporates really run. And I felt like Trump could run this place a little bit more better than they could based on his previous election. But I mean, you know, here's the puppet pulling the strings again. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not realistic to me. It's not that. So I was like, yo, I'm not gonna vote for him at all.
Right. But there was something about him that appealed to you though, in a little way.
I mean,
because,
but
you know, like I said, it was business. And I felt like, you know, this corporation, these states, everything, it functions off of business, you know. So,
but he was convicted for how he handled business, though. He was convicted for it.
You said what? No?
He was convicted for how he handled business. He had failed business. And he had fake businesses too.
Yeah, I mean, you know, everything comes out. Everything came out. Yeah, we all.
He didn't know at the time. He was saying he didn't know at the time. I get at that time.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I have to say this, like my husband, what he definitely said something and said a big thing about the business world, and that's true. And he said, how does a casino go bankrupt? Because Trump's casino went bankrupt. How?
Here.
Think about it. Like that's he has lots of business. A lot of them went bankrupt. A lot of them crashed. How does a casino go bankrupt when that's where all the money is poured into? How did it go bankrupt?
That's a good question.
Like that's, think about it. That should have been like a killer right there.
Donald Trump is literally just a nepo baby. He's
Exactly.
not a successful businessman.
Right, exactly.
None of these rich people in the 1% earn their money. They are nepo babies who hoard their wealth. He does not know how to run a business. What businessman was handed $1.2 million to burn it all to the ground in a year and get it back and get it back again? Only a nepo baby. Donald Trump, the people who vote for Donald Trump, and I'm not going to speak just on the people I spoke to, have a misunderstanding of how politics and government work.
Yeah, that's the big one.
The government cannot operate as a for-profit business because social nets will make no profit. Medicare research will not make an immediate profit, but it's for the good of society. So our tax dollars are put into social incentives, and then we stimulate the economy through our commerce. Donald Trump doesn't understand that because he doesn't even do for capital business correctly, let alone nonprofit.
Alan, you. Well, I want to put this.
I didn't want to ramble. I just think the people who appeal to Donald Trump don't appeal to him for what he knows how to do. They appeal to him for what he represents. He represents power. He represents old power. That he can get away with what he wants. And a lot of us as men, what our image of masculinity came from the colonizer. So if the colonizer gets away with violence, owns things with impunity, doesn't have to answer for certain things, people who see that as masculinity, which is how we're taught for real, see that. So they're not going to look at Kamala. She's a woman. Mind you, her policies were about giving credit for homeowners. Her policies were about working class individuals, taxes on the rich, redistrict, just Joe Biden's policies, which I disagree in some sense, but for working class people, that was some of the most progressive legislation passed that we've had. And I don't like Joe Biden. That's just an objective fact, right? The people who like Donald Trump don't understand politics. They're just frustrated with late stage capitalism, but you're letting somebody who's the cause of that tell you that the people who want social safety nets are the people who are the Democrats and the evil people. But mind you, everything they accused them of with the files drop, they were doing.
And also, and I also want to say this about the people that Donald Trump has been in pop culture for years, and I think a lot of people are just kind of waking up to him being racist now because we remember him back in the day. I mean, he had kind of a better image than he has now. Whoever was handling him or whoever was his PR people, you know what I'm saying, made sure that they put him in the best light and everything he was. So I think a lot of people that voted for Trump in the first wave, I think it is, like when the God said, you're thinking, oh, he's a good business. You don't really know all this other stuff. A tool. So I mean, because I kind of thought things like that too. I was thinking, well, maybe he's not racist. Maybe he's and then you hear the other stuff. You're like, okay, yeah, he's racist. He is, but I could. There's no way you can mistake that. But like I say, he's been in pop culture for so long. For people who don't really, it's easy to kind of make that mistake. But now there's no mistake. You can't mistake that now. And I want to say that the only black people I think that Trump cares about is a rich white family with the last name Black. That's all he cares.
That's crazy.
Well, since we're on this topic, I want us to take a look at this one. Yeah, I know. Did I hear somebody grunt?
Me, that was me.
I know, right? Let's just take a listen to this guy so we can talk about this one.
Oh gosh.
I like her. Please.
I like him too. One thing I like about him, he keeps it real, just like Grandma. I appreciate that because I can trust him because he tells exactly how he feels and what he thinks. Thank God for this president.
Bless her heart.
I am filled, my cup runneth over. Because he allowed his constituents, his people to come to my house to interview me, to talk about the murder of my grandson. It seemed like nobody cared. I'm an advocate for murder. I marched, I rallied, I pulled out other families in the District of Columbia that had murders and did not have answers. Ooh. We marched and we rallied, and nobody heard me, Democrats. Get mad at me. Until this Republican sent his constituents, his people out there to interview me in my home. Have you ever heard of a thing?
Yeah.
Then they invited me twice before Congress to testify for the beautiful bill.
The stuff that impresses people, I don't get it.
In the district.
I don't get it.
If you kill somebody, okay, you take a life, you do life. Just that simple. If you do a harsh crime, you do harsh time. Just that simple. And then we need National Guard, and which we did years ago. He brought it on.
Oh, God.
I love him. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say about that racist stuff. And don't be looking at me on the news, hating on me because I'm standing up for somebody that deserves to be standing up for. Get off the man's back. Let him do his job. He's doing the right thing. Back up off him. And Grandma said it.
Wow.
That's diabolical. Oh,
I got so many questions.
I don't have no questions. Let me say, okay. Tell me when it's my time.
Who wants to go first?
Go ahead.
Let's start with you, Sabrina. You go ahead.
This is okay. See, okay. Okay, first of all, Lord, it's so much. Oh. See, this is the thing. He's a master manipulator. Okay.
Yeah.
He'll go and he'll find a weak link in the Black community, as that was about her son, which is a weak link because that's going to be something that he reached out for her. That's something that hurts her inside, as it should, of losing her child. Shame on him for that. Okay. But that's what he does. He does that. He's a master manipulator. Now the Black culture better wake up and see that this fool don't care. And matter of fact, it didn't take all the sanitizing in the world, because I promise you they scrubbed him clean like he was going through a disease process to get that woman's black lips off his cheek. That's just the bottom line on that. Now let's keep it moving. Then he gets up there. He gets up there and has this lady up there, and you could tell she was, let me just say that. You can tell a real supporter versus someone that was just paid or someone that was just promoted to speak for him. She was promoted to speak for him, or paid because he gave her a check. Of course she's going to get a little money. Okay, versus someone that gets up to a podium that just rolls things off their tongue that makes sense, because she didn't make no sense.
Right.
Now, she was talking about murder. Mm-hmm. Well, what about those two white people that was murdered up there with ICE? Because he got ICE running around here murdering people. So do he care about people being murdered, or just think
but
about
all of a sudden we expect him to care about this little black lady?
That's what I'm trying to say. How many black men in years have been murdered in these streets? Matter of fact, how many under his reign? How many? There was just a black guy just the other day in Grand Rapids, Michigan, shot and murdered. Everybody seen the video. He was just blatantly assassinated by the cops. But do you see Trump saying anything about that?
No.
Black lynched in Georgia.
And
Wait a minute, what?
The lynching in Georgia.
Yeah.
The college student. Mm-hmm. What, 3 days ago? 4 days ago?
Yeah, that was
yeah. So
Man,
so I'm sorry. So nobody's
Go
listening
ahead.
to grandma. What grandma? You're not the grandma that we say grandma, not the real grandma. No. That's a whole grand mal seizure is what that was.
What'd you say, Wonder Guy?
That we got, our folks got to start looking behind it. We got to start looking beyond the smoky mirrors, man. Because I mean, that was a whole show. I could tell the lady was intoxicated for one. And one thing,
Grandma is iced. What?
Look, and the one thing I noticed, our culture, we love to, not everybody, we love to celebrate our degenerates, and they know that, and they put it in our face. Every time we look up, it's another degenerate on camera for the face of everybody. Why? You know what I'm saying? Then she up there intoxicated. You know what I'm saying? And he look, you notice he left to let her speak. Like usually he's standing right there next to the person, you know what I'm saying, while they making their speech. But he left.
Out the way.
Yo,
he left.
she drunk.
I do want to counter 1.1 to God. But I agree with you. I don't feel necessarily that they fall for the ploy. Is that I think the ones who fall for the grift of Donald Trump and the performance and the smoke and mirror, he's uneducated. They celebrate their degenerates.
Oh God, yes.
Like we are the majority culture celebrates their degenerates. They do. So of course they're gonna celebrate our degenerates. They're not gonna put up our physicists and our scientists. We do that. We have our own ceremonies for our arts. They celebrate their degenerates. Like how is Donald Trump, Elon Musk, all of you are tied to one of the biggest trafficking rings in modern American pop culture. All of you, Marco Rubio, Nancy Mace, every one of them have allegations in those files of direct
One of them. That's right. That's right.
Even his attorney who got him the sweetheart deal, Acosta, he has accusations. Virginia accused him too before she died. All of them are implicated. America loves their degenerates. So for 50 Cents, the Nicki Minaj's, the Snoop Dogg's, the Nellies, of course they're gonna get that check. Of course they're gonna give him that check. Look at Kid Rock. He made songs about being a diddler for like 9 albums. They don't care. They love him. They celebrate their degenerates. That's the only point I disagree with. Because it's not just they love their degenerates. Like they love it. They love their degenerates. But we gotta start celebrating ours. That's a snap thing. Don't get that confused.
So I want to talk about Christopher's comment here. He says that's it right there. Big misunderstandings of a lot of things. It seems that the mic is always handed to those people that don't understand his policies. Like if you were to ask her one thing that Trump has done, let's just say one thing, because for everything he's done for us, he's done 10 things against us.
Yeah.
And she doesn't know that part of it. And she just like if she were on this broadcast, what would you guys say to her? What would you say to her? Well, I don't want to say
what I just want to ask the question first about what has he done for us lately? I don't know. What has he done? What has he done for us? Because I'm still confused. Maybe I'm missing something that he did because I didn't get it.
We're going to talk about some of that. I want you guys to look at something that I thought was kind of interesting when I saw these stats. You see this? This looks like what we had from 2020 to 2024. You see this? 8% of all Black voters voted for Trump in 2020. That rose to 15 to 16% this last election. In each one of these instances, it rose. From Black men, 12 to 20, it doubled. Then for Black women, we went from 4% to 9%. So there's obviously something that is being told. Now, I want to bring out something in that video that she did talk about. I don't want to gloss over this. She said that what I read the story, she had gone to Democrats about her situation and nobody called her. Now, we don't know how true that is, but let's just pretend it is. Nobody called her back. Do you think that Democrats have sometimes could possibly like miss out on this opportunity, and this is what's leading people to Trump? Because we got to figure out this thing of what's leading people there, because we need them to come back if we're gonna take over the House and the Senate, right?
The Democrats always fail Black people, and the number one reason why they fail Black people is because they don't recognize that we are also the working class. So you'll see, like with Bernie Sanders, like I want to speak to the working class. Most of us are working class. most black people, they always say working class and black people, like we aren't working class.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the Democratic Party does not see black people as knowledgeable voters.
Right.
They don't. So when Jasmine Crockett's running against James Tellerico, they're like, oh, well, she's a Zionist. So's James. He took money from a Zionist. So we're not looking at them equally. We're only giving him grace for taking blood money because he's a white man. But for every black elected official, there's always a critique. Oh, you're a corporate Democrat. You're taking centrist money.
Yeah.
You're appealing to the machine. Well, mind you, when you look at most black politicians, they have to pass legislation. You wouldn't let them be up there and not be a successful politician. Wouldn't be able to function. So the Democratic Party does not care for black voices until they're in opposition with Republicans. And they take advantage of that because they know we're not going to go around open racist.
Yeah.
So I think Democrats fail black voters because they don't listen to us, to be honest. Like they just don't listen to black voices in the Democratic Party.
So you agree with what she said?
To an extent, yeah. Just not from that perspective of like the Republicans.
All the other stuff. I get it. Yeah. I didn't agree with any of that either.
On that point, yeah.
Because that's not the time for Democratic, that's not the time for our leadership to hear that they dropped the ball. Because the next time you'll hear it is at the ballot box. And I think that instead of looking at her and bashing her, the reason I wanted to show that is so we can have this part of the conversation. That, okay, guys, now that we've, said what we got to say about grandma, the end of the day, pay close attention to what she said. She was really needing help from us. She was with us and she left because of that lack of interest in her concerns. So it's a double-edged.
But how do we see? That's the problem I'm having. Until I see receipts, I don't believe Jack. I mean, I just don't believe that. Like, what are receipts? I told you this man a master manipulator. That lady probably came from poverty, and so is the district attorney in her wherever she from? Is he Democratic? Who is the district attorney?
He's from DC.
Who's the district attorney? Is he a Republican or is he a Democrat? Because 99.9% he's a Republican white man. Okay. So what Democrats did she go to? She went to the Democratic Convention office. Where did she go? What Democrats?
And see, that's the thing.
You just assume that you go to black people and they're Democrats. They could be independent voter like myself. Or you could have went to talk to these people and they could have been Republicans that just didn't give a shit about who you were. And you thought they were Democrats because of their skin tone. That's it. I'm the receipt taker and the receipt maker. And if I don't have those receipts, then you just that's my waste of time and energy.
But the reason, Sabrina, that I'm bringing this up is because of those stats I just showed you. I want to know what made that up. That's what I want to know.
Okay, let me just get to that. Okay, because I work in I'm an independent voter. Right. So I vote across party lines. I'm going to vote for who I know is the best for whatever, whether you're Republican or Democrat or independent, period. Okay, Now this is the thing, and I'm just going to keep it real. A lot of brothers, they just weren't ready to see that black, powerful, biracial, whatever you want to call her, in that seat. They just weren't ready. It was too, listen, we still are on a masculinity and a femininity situation even in 2026. It had nothing to do with her education. It had nothing to do with her skills. It had something to do with her being a woman. See, there's still some black brothers out here that's still fighting up against a woman having an education, being independent, being strong. You know what I'm saying? I just happen to be with a brother that is going to let me be who I am going to be because I am smart. I'm a woman. I'm biracial. But at the same time, I respect and I'm submissive to my husband when I need to be. Okay. Black men got to understand a good woman, that's a smart woman, black woman, biracial woman, whatever it is, a woman. Let me speak of a woman. A woman has to submit and be submissive to her husband in a lot of ways. That's just facts.
Right.
Okay. Until our brothers get on that page and say, let me just see where she going with this. Let me give us some independence, some voices. Because black women have always been the lead, even during slave times. Harriet Tubman believed the one. Harriet Tubman let him out the Underground Railroad.
She did.
And left her man behind and went back to get him. And he had gone. Bye.
going
See,
on with somebody else.
you see what I'm
Uh,
saying?
talk-
The situation had nothing to do with her skills, and it was because a lot of black men just weren't ready to see a black woman sitting up in that powerful office, because I think they were a little scared, a little nervous, not, and then I heard some of them saying, oh, she a woman, she don't know how to handle wars. We've been at war since 1999,
Exactly. They were started
1865,
by men, right?
1700,
and lost all
1661.
and lost all
And
of
we're
them.
still at war right now in 2026 with this dude sitting up in the. We're in a more of a war now than we were 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Facts.
I do
We
want
don't know
to
where this man going.
Yeah.
I do want to add to what you said, Sabrina, though, about men not being able to accept her due to patriarchy. That's a snapper fact. Patriarchy is like the silent killer of real black unity, because even if you look at the Black Panthers, there were 70% women. So who was teaching the children? Who was running the food, the pantry? Who was arming the men? Who
The
got
women?
who also hold, like, there was this idea that women could not lead was not our ancestors. That's never
That's
been our
right.
history. We've
That's
always
right.
we've had no choice but to work with our women in unity. Our women had no choice but to pick up arms, because her femininity wasn't respected.
Yeah.
That's why when it comes to Kamala, no one cared that she was half black. We don't. We accept half black people, quarter
Oh
black.
yeah, that didn't bother me at all.
Listen,
Yeah.
we be giving white people a pass at the N-word. I don't take none.
Yeah.
But what I did take serious is the fact that it was a lot of dudes who just fundamentally didn't. The same thing with Hillary Clinton. I don't like Hillary personally. Did Haiti. I'll never forgive her for that. Never forgive it. But as far as her and Trump, she was clearly better than Trump.
Yeah.
Clearly.
I voted for Hillary.
No one with a brain thought a PhD came from Harvard lawyer versus somebody who can't read 3 books. So,
And a mess a word up in a minute.
And one more thing, if I may say, and don't forget she was married to that white dude. That was another thing.
Oh yeah, she was married
It
to a
was
white
not
man.
palatable. It was not palatable. You see what I'm saying? So that's why the numbers went the way it was, which, to honestly tell the truth, it's ignorance. Like, we are missing out on strong worryings of our people to lead us. So when are we? That's another subject. When are we going to unite?
So Sabrina, it looks like Janet agrees with you. She's saying we're not fully respected by the black man. And to be honest and to be clear, guys, still in churches today, you have pastors that don't want women preachers up there in that pulpit. So if they're like that, you can imagine how the rest of the world is. So
that means women better, but that means women better put their boots on the ground as they be talking them fans and clacking. You better know who you're marrying before you say I do.
Okay.
That's what you better do. Because if somebody can take your voice and your mind and your knowledge and your heart and suppress you from being who you completely are and taking what you truly are inside, you're miserable.
Yeah.
I've been married to my husband for 20, almost 30 something. He gonna let me be who I am, but I'm also respectful of the home front and the street front. But I have my own mind, my own thoughts, my own education, my own voice. When I met him, and you got to make these things solid in the beginning. Or keep it pushing. So we got to blame ourselves as black women to say, nah, bro.
So guys, let's move on. Right. Let's move on to the next subject, because what we're covering right now is what's going down in social media, the stuff that Trump is doing, because there's always something. Let's talk about how he talks about DEI. What do we think about that? You remember that plane crash that happened last year? And this fool comes out and says it was because of DEI. And that they don't know if who was flying the plane is really qualified. You know, because Charlie Kirk was hit with that too, about what do you mean if it's a black pilot, you want to know if he's qualified or not? Like, why would you even think that?
Yeah.
If the plane goes down, that it was a black man. I want to hear from you, Wonder God. What do you think about that one?
I have no comment. I have no comment. Really, I'm not gonna speak on something I don't know, and that's facts, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I have no comment for that one.
All right.
You don't have no
So
comment, brother. Okay, then.
I got
Black God, I know you know about that one. What about the DEI situation going on right now with this administration? How they were blaming everything on DEI at first.
They
Who you talking? Oh, you talking to
they,
brother?
they
Okay.
they just wanted to blame us for DEI because by the time they even let black people into the building, y'all already messed it up. Like the building was already burning down at that point. So when I hear them say about black pilots, like we didn't just mess up you guys' aviation problem yesterday. Y'all, there was been a shortage of aviation operators. That's been an issue. But when black people are there, now it's an issue. When the black
yeah.
mayor hit a bridge, they're like, well, here's the DEI mayor. What does the mayor have to do with the person driving the boat hitting the bridge?
Yes.
It's 3 a.m. He's asleep. So like, what did he have to do with that? He don't make the routes for the boats. That's not his job. Like, is this like DEI is just their N word.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just
Like woke used to
Yeah.
be, you know. And I also want to add to the DIE, the DIE, you know, I want to add to that is black people, we have to have our stuff together before they even let us get the job. We have to pass all kind of tests, have the credentials, this and that. White people, they just show up and be white and they get the job sometimes. So really they need to start checking them. They're the actual DIE hires, you know. And so is that
legitimately like that's
yeah, exactly. And I also want to give a shout out to Christopher Coleman, Duty Designs. He was in the comment section. That's my brother. He helped me out with my graphic design. He's a graphic designer.
Okay,
And
then.
shout out to Janet Marie, alljanetmarie.com. Check her out. She was in the comment section. Got to get that plug in for her.
Right.
All right. We
I
appreciate
mean, the
it.
diversity and equity and inclusion, you know, listen, let's just keep it real. Trump was trying to dismantle any and everything that had anything to do with diversity and equity and inclusion, including colleges. I mean, University of South Alabama, down here in Tuscaloosa, they shut that down. They got rid of their funding. They shut the building down. They no longer have it. Okay, they had a big protest over there. Okay, so now students started talking about transferring out. We're leaving here, and guess what? Then they had to try to backtrack. Well, wait a minute, like that. Yes, you did. And see, until we start putting boots on the ground again and just to let people know, listen, okay, because at the end of the day, without the black dollar and the black money, there's nothing moving. That's why they had the boycotts back in the civil rights. Okay.
Can I not hear?
And so the diversity, equity, and inclusion, that was to target anything, any government, state, city, colleges, school, whatever had something to do with museums, everything. But the good thing about it, it backfired. Everything he does eventually has backfired back to him.
That's why he keeps trying new stuff. You see how he
right,
goes from one thing to the next? He's trying to see what's going to stick. And he feels like if he can put enough out there, because he's trying to change people's minds. He's trying to keep you from being focused on what's really going on behind the scenes. Because he knows that we get caught up in foolishness and that we're not really about, wait a minute, President, while we have you here, well, let's talk about these private prison companies that you're making a lot of money on, sir. What do you have to say about that? I would trick him to come to my event, make him think that I'm going to talk about him, and then I'll put that question on him. What do you think he's going to say? Is he going to deny that he's making a lot of money? Is he going to deny that he's locking up black men, making sure they go to prison so they can line their pockets with all this money? His buddies making all this money off these private prisons. See, nobody's talking about that kind of stuff. Not even our Democrats. This is what I'm talking about. This is why I wanted to do this show tonight, because I want people that are watching this broadcast to know what we need to be focusing on coming into this election. Not all this stuff. Even though we're talking about it, we shouldn't focus on it so much as, wait a minute, let's go over here and see why 51% of all that Project 2025 stuff, the stuff Trump said he knew nothing about, well, how is it aligning with his administration? Because it was set up for that reason. But he doesn't want us talking about that. He wants us staying focused on stuff like this Black history. Well, Black people, it's going to come down the pike that I'm really trying to screw you over. But look at this grandma. She loves me.
I mean,
right?
honestly, to tell you the truth, to be honest, I really don't think that many people really
bought that
or heard her. Actually, I just saw it like the next day on something, whatever it was. So I don't think she definitely did not make an impact on anybody.
Well, I
and
hope
change
not.
anything. She
That's
didn't.
what that's what we're hoping. That's what
But
we're
now
hoping.
what I'm gonna give Donald Trump a little point today, just one little point,
1 point. Okay.
maybe a half a point.
Okay,
But
that's better.
I will say this: he did do something that is definitely changing some of the dynamics when they rescheduled marijuana federally. He did that. The Congress and the Senate, they did that because now it's putting the states and the local legislatures locally in your city is putting them in a hot box. You know, he rescheduled marijuana, right? He classified it different now. It's a different
Okay.
classification for marijuana. It's different from a hardcore illicit drug. You know what I'm saying? So that
Mhm.
passed. Okay. So that's a good thing because that means that now the states are under more pressure now to legalize marijuana or to make it a certain amount that you can have that can only be like maybe a traffic citation. Matter of fact, Birmingham and Montgomery they have two black mayors, and they have already pardoned and released a lot of people and cleared their jail records if they went to jail for marijuana. And they have changed it to a local ordinance that says if you get caught with a small amount, it's just a traffic citation. So I will give him credit for that. I
That's
mean, that's
good.
probably because he's smoking some. If he's down, he needs some. But anyway,
Because you guys, I want y'all to think about it. This war on drugs and all of this stuff that America was posing and that it was the worst thing. And we got we got crime problems in our country and we got to just lock up a lot of people. Now, we knew it was BS. And one of the presidents back in the day actually said it was BS and they knew it was a lie. But then it was so bad back then, but now it's legal. Could it be about the money? Must be the money. What do you
Yeah,
think?
yeah.
I
They
agree.
were like, wait a minute, these boys making all this money? Oh no, we got to find a way to make this legal.
Oh, you
We
Mhm.
got
talking
to get
about
some
the
of this cheese.
marijuana?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. It's always been about the
I think they
money.
should all get out. Everybody that's in jail for drugs, they should get out.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on what drug it is now.
Drug.
Well, it
Not. We
depends
ain't
on what
coming no
drug it is.
hardcore.
Not
We ain't
hardcore,
trying to go
like
back in no
marijuana.
crack epidemic.
Yeah.
Yeah, marijuana. I
I
agree.
wish we could trace it back though, Sabrina, to where the crack came from. Let's trace it back.
Well, you know where the crack came from. Everything
Yeah,
come
where
from
did crack come
man.
from? That's what I want to know. Who made
Everything
it?
come from. Come on, let's listen. Everything. First of all, there's not enough black people with enough black money to start putting this stuff out like it gets out.
Mhm.
I mean, that we just keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of that, now you know Mexico is at war right now. Mexico, they're in
Mm.
a
Okay.
whole war right now, a real war zone. You know that, right, Ella? Have
No,
you been
what
keeping
they
up with
did
that the
war for?
last 2 days?
I haven't seen
Huh?
that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they captured one of the biggest drug money makers and movers in cartel, El Camacho. He's a mover and shaker in Mexico.
Okay.
Powerful.
Okay.
They took him out and his cartel. So right now, the police, the military, and the drug cartels have been at a full blast war, killing for 2 days now. Trump said he was going to send people over there, and the president of Mexico told him to kick the hell out. We don't want you over here. They have actual Americans over there right now that are stuck, and the embassy's trying to figure out a way to get them home. They had to evacuate the airport. This is happening right now as we
Oh
speak.
wow.
Oh,
Okay.
Exactly. And guess what? So the Mexican cartel made a video to Trump and America, and they said, we blame you because America is what's keeping our cartels functioning with guns and drugs over here. And he's right, because it has to come through America to make a profit to get the money back over there. American dollars are worth money over there.
oh yeah.
And they made a video and said, you have no reason to send anybody over here, Trump, because America is what's keeping these cartels funded in Mexico. And that's the facts. So we right back over here
Wow.
to the white man, Trump.
So we're over here talking about drugs, but we're actually helping it rise. We're making it more profitable for them.
It's been that way forever.
Wow.
Don't forget
Yeah.
Texas and Mexico. Don't forget when you go
Yeah.
to El Paso, Texas, you can step over one line and you're in Mexico.
That's right.
There's a line between Mexico and Texas, El Paso. If you cross over that line without your passport, you are going to be over there. You can't cross that line. If you
Right.
cross the line, you can see Mexico from El Paso, Texas. I mean, I'm a 6th generation Texan. You can see you can be in El Paso and you standing there looking at Mexico from El Paso. That's how
Right.
close they are, just like that.
Yeah.
So the drugs definitely, America is what's keeping, think about it. All of it comes to America. Colombia, you know what I'm saying, Peru, Venezuela, Mexico.
A lot of
forget
people
America.
take their cues from America. I mean, that's what Hitler did. He said that he watched America and was inspired, and he liked the way we had the racial hierarchy. He liked the way that America put black folks in check. He liked it, and he was inspired by what we did. Real talk. So,
And don't forget,
but
don't forget Trump's mother and father are full-blooded Germans.
oh, absolutely.
Leave from Germany to come over here and we're in America illegally. He's a full-blooded German from Germany.
Sabrina got all the tea today, Jonathan. She
Put
got
it
all the
together.
tea today.
Yeah.
Put it together. Why you think he loves all that? Hitler. Come on,
Yeah.
that's his
Yeah.
people.
True.
Yeah.
indeed.
Those Germans are
I
his
agree.
people.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one, Sabrina. 1,000. Here,
This
I want
is
to
just-
take
this
Jan-
is just
let's
common
take
knowledge. You
Janet.
got to research.
Let's take Janet's comment here. I like what she said, and I appreciate your comment, Janet, because that is exactly what I want to accomplish tonight with our viewers. She says, "How does Black people unite?" I've been asking that question the entire month of Black History Month. We know the games they play, yep, but yet Black people continue to fight against one another. That's exactly right. This is what I'm saying. I want to peel the onion away and find out what it is that motivated those people that I just showed on that screen to vote for Trump. We are missing something, and we're not united, obviously. And that's the thing that white people are afraid of. If people really understood their history, like I know you do, Sabrina and Jonathan, if you go back, you will find out where it started. It started on that plantation. Okay.
Yeah.
It started on that plantation. House Negro,
Yeah.
field Negro.
Yeah.
That's where it
That's
started.
facts. It's
Because
facts.
they knew that we can
Yeah.
never let them come together. Because if they
Yeah.
ever understand that, they already know they've lost their control. So they started from the beginning, making sure that there were some of us that felt like we were better, and
Yeah.
some that were the hard worker ones.
Mm.
Okay. And that you're not like them. You know, have you ever been around white people that'll tell you, well, you're not like the others, you
No,
know?
hell no. I ain't never been around nothing like that, and I'm glad. See, that's what I'm gonna let.
But
I'm gonna let the brother. I'm gonna let the brother
exist.
talk. I'm gonna let the brother talk because
Go ahead, Jonathan. What did you think about that? I mean, what I just said.
Well, I think one way we can unite is join Blacktopia. Join the Blacktopia Facebook group, Black Utopian Society. Ella, you're a member, of course. The panelists were members. Sabrina, you're biracial. You're welcome too. You're welcome to join us.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. That was a cut. What is that? Let's see. Wait. See there. Wait. See there. Got that Ella Johnson. He said, "I'm welcome too."
Okay. I didn't mean
that was just that was because you're sitting here also. That's what he's talking about. I'm here.
Okay.
You're here too.
I feel you, brother. Just for future reference, the two be dropped. Drop it out. We trying to unite. Remember, we trying to unite.
Yes, absolutely.
But I think the uniting is gonna come together when we realize. You remember, even Harriet had a problem getting all the slaves to leave because they didn't feel like. She said, "I could have freed." She said, "I freed 1,000, but I could have freed 1,000 more if only they knew they were slaves."
Yes.
Right. And I think
I'm gonna let that brother.
now.
Yeah, I'm gonna let him finish talking. I just had to get that, biracial thing.
I know you did. So, think about that analogy, Jonathan, about how Harriet, because I want to make sure we address Janet's comment, which is also one that I have too.
For sure.
About Harriet. I mean, I think that's a good analogy. We were having trouble bringing some of us along because we don't see the truth. And a lot of people don't understand how politics work. They think Trump is the one that's going to make sure that your egg prices go down. Okay. Or that your rent is cheaper.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to be funny, but it may start at making sure our people are educated on the basic level, but we need to start doing it now. We need to start. Don't wait until October. Now we're going to start talking about the election. You've already lost a lot of people that were Democrats. This is the time. The Democrats are put in a very good position. Trump has handed them on a silver platter the election. Now, if we lose it, because I want to talk about it. I want to ask you guys, Christopher and Janet, I see that you guys are commenting. Why did Kamala lose? Why did she lose? I want the real talk right now. Jonathan, why did she lose? Why do you think, she lost?
Oh, well, let him talk about the United thing first, Mr. Johnson.
Okay, talk about the United thing first.
Not to run your show. I just want to hear his perspective, please.
I want to hear it too. There you go.
Oh, yeah. This is one thing I don't about us is that we're too divided on not just politics, but many things like religion, class, and one thing about like even with the Blacktopia Facebook group, right? There's black people that were in the group that going, I don't want to be in a group just full of black people. It's like, why not? You're black. So you know what I'm saying? It's like, and it's things
you actually
like
had
that.
people say that?
You're right. I'm confused on that.
No, they actually said that. They said it like I should understand that. Like for real. There's people in my inbox who said things like that. There are people it's for real. I'm not making it up. And or there'll be black people who want to leave the group because of just little disagree, that kind of thing. But it's kind of like you shouldn't want to just not be around black people because you guys can't agree on certain issues. Because although it's Blacktopia, I even let right-wing black people into Blacktopia. There's people that are part of the Blexit movement. Candace Owens.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yes.
I wish we could have got some of them for the show. Yeah.
If I could dig back, I might try to dig back and get them for you. But I say, hey, you're black. That's why I let them in. You know what? I mean, never mind your politics or what you study. I respect it. We're black. We're black first. Let's get that part right first. And then if you want to be in different factions, we could, but just under one roof, we just need to just have these conversations with each other, you know? So that's one thing. We need the original point for Blacktopia. One of the original things was I want us to practice economic empowerment because we need to keep that black dollar circulating. We still do. We have Money Mondays. We have Blacktopia is filled with black business people, as you can see, you know, in the group. I know Ella, you might not have been in there recently or anything, but it's just lots of people doing business.
I have to check it out.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I could check it out.
We
got a lot of work to do, brother.
Yes, yes.
Miss Ella.
Send the invite.
This the thing, like until
because here's the thing
the whole
too.
Thing, I'm sorry. Go ahead, sir.
Oh no! I didn't mean to cut you out.
No. Go ahead. Say what's on your mind.
One black-owned business mess up your sandwich, and they say, "I'm not dealing with black-owned businesses," but you can get shot inside a Walmart by a Walmart employee, and they'll still go back and shop at Walmart. So like. If we want racism, well, I mean, I don't think racism itself is going away. But if you want to really put a dent in stuff like that, we need to pull our money out of their systems and keep the money circulating within us. Because like people from like and that's another reason why Trump wants to get people that are not citizens out. But they come over here and they act like white people don't exist. They build their own little communities. They keep the money circulating. They lobby. They get together and they put their money on a politician. We don't do that, and we never ask for what we want. I know that.
Yes.
I identify. Well, I'm an FBA. You know what I'm saying? I'm a foundational Black American because of lineage, not because of any type of
right.
just lineage alone. we need to start asking these politicians for, well, the
Get
Democrats, we're the
something out of
base.
it. Yeah.
What? Yes,
You're
yes.
gonna kiss his butt. Get something out of it first.
Exactly. And that's what
Yeah.
a lot. Just to answer your question on why I think Kamala lost, and this segues into that. A lot of people, a lot of FBAs didn't vote for Kamala because they felt like she was just going to be another, how they see Obama. Like, Obama never did anything for black people and stuff like that. That's what they say.
God.
But they're talking specifically about things like reparations and stuff like that.
Oh, that's what we were looking for. Really?
Nobody was gonna get reparations under Obama. The white people told him we're gonna cast down everything you do. They said it
Exactly.
1,000
You
times.
see how they're dismantling everything he did?
They said it. They
Yeah.
said you can put in front of us whatever you want. The Senate and the
It's
the
not gonna happen.
Congress.
That's it.
And they said, see, this is the problem. You know, they can air. God. Okay. Now, I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm in Mobile, Alabama. I'm not from Mobile, Alabama. I've been here 18 years. When I came here, Mobile, Alabama was not what Mobile, Alabama is today.
Yes.
Because I promise you, when I started this fight in this journey in Mobile, Alabama, I was a solo dolo. And I raised so much hell and I kept up so much stuff at Government Plaza where all your mayors and your city council and your Congress and all these people. So I was different than Mobile, Alabama, because I seen the problems. I seen the racial divide. I seen this stuff, people. I seen it, and I'm from Texas. Not saying that they don't have no issues, but I wasn't used to it at that time. I was in a different era. So in Mobile, Alabama,
it was totally different when you went to Mobile than it was in Texas. Is that what you're saying?
Of course. Texas is culturally diverse. Don't get me wrong. They got issues, but when things need to go down, they going down. They're gonna the blacks, mess, whatever. They let them get away with playing the little yo-yos every now and then, but when the stuff hit the fan, it's gonna be some stuff shut down. Period.
Right.
And don't forget, Alabama is a state where Montgomery, Alabama makes all the decisions. They don't put it on the ballot.
Right.
Texas puts their stuff on the ballot when it's controversial to let the people decide what they want. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Okay. Mobile, Alabama, per se, I can only speak for this right here. So when I came out the box, and I gave them hell on wheels. I don't care if you're black, white, pink, purple. I don't care if you got all the money from the sky to the earth. And then so that is what put me on the map here, because people were like, well, who is she? What is she doing? Matter of fact, when I was doing all this, people would say, people from Mobile would say, you know, you in Alabama? I'm like, yeah, last I checked, I think I did know I'm in Alabama. And they say, you know how you talking to these people? You can't talk to these white people. I said, who the hell can't? I mean, what it's gonna do? Jail or hell of the Jesus?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I like that.
So
you gotta do something.
So Mobile, Alabama is the whole different place. Now you got 3 city council, black city council. You got a black public safety director. The second one that's over the whole police department. You know what I'm saying? You got black people sitting at the mayor's administration table. You got black people in positions, judges. None of that was happening when I got here. None of it. And when I start pushing the fire and pushing the truth about racism, and they're racist, and I called them out their box, out their name in public in front of the TV shows, blah, 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 until we start doing those things and keeping them accountable. We are the taxpayers. Without our tax dollars, you wouldn't even be having no check, and you surely wouldn't be sitting in no seat without us electing you to those seats. We are the CEOs
Sabrina,
of you.
Now, Sabrina, you said something very interesting. You said in Texas, they put their stuff on the ballot.
Yes,
but
ma'am.
in Alabama, because this is what we're missing. We're not putting the stuff that we want on that ballot, and that's why we're not getting what we want.
And so what happens in Alabama?
Uh-huh.
But people have to understand, anything that they do put on a issue. So what's happening in Mobile and Montgomery, we go and we organize and go to Montgomery and we legislate and we protest there in the podium to them. Like, no, we don't want this. Stop it. Just, y'all heard about the redistricting, right? Remember they were talking that big thing that went to the Supreme Court about Alabama redistricting, where the white people want to keep it to. And guess what? The young lady, Shalila Dowdy, Democrat, She started the movement right here in Mobile, Alabama, filed the lawsuit, and guess what? Won the lawsuit. Right here, starting from Mobile, Alabama. So when we talk about unity and this and that, because I'm telling you right now, why you think ICE haven't came to Mobile, Alabama? Because we done contacted the sheriff and said, don't start nothing, won't be nothing. Period.
Absolutely.
Until we start standing up and fighting and telling these Caucasians and some of the blacks they're getting a little Judas coin, because it's a lot of them, yeah, they're getting that Judas coin. Sit down. We know who you are. We got a list with your names on them. And they know I know. I be down there all the time. I know the preachers. I know the blacks. I know everybody's name that's on the list that's you getting a little check from downtown. So just chill out and get your check and sit down. That's what you do.
Right.
Because you're not a spokesperson for the black community.
When you say getting a check, you mean getting a check for what?
They giving them the checks for money. Don't you know people be paid off and paid out?
Yeah.
People can suppress the voice. That's the problem with the black community. People can be paid out. But until people like myself and others start saying, look, bro, girl, listen, we know you're a paid puppet. We know you're a paid puppet we got to start locally. Yes. We have to all start locally in our local and hold our local elected officials accountable for our tax dollars, for our voices, for what we do locally. And then we can have room to go state, federal. See,
so let's look at what Aaron is saying. He says nobody gives a F. Either way, they all still answer to the white man.
No, I don't answer to no goddamn white man, so I don't know who he talking to. Maybe you answer to a white man, so that's your problem. So go read the Bible, talk to Jesus, and find you another clue, because this clue over here ain't for you. This ain't no Blues Clues. And that's what I got to say about that. So no, everybody don't answer to no white man and no white woman. See, that's the problem right now. That messed up mental. Everybody make to the white. Nah, bruh. No. On whose account and whose accord? Because last time I checked, my dollars is just as green as the white man. My dollars got to spend just like the white man's. And if I hold my dollar, they can't take it. It's mine. I earned it legally. What you gonna do? That's the problem.
Aaron, we don't want to show disrespect here. We want
he showed disrespect by saying that.
Yeah,
educate
you're not
yourself.
A person. You're
educate yourself.
Yeah.
See, let me just say one more thing. That comment right there. That comment right there is what messes up the black mentality, saying we answer to the white man. No, my ancestors left that in Juneteenth of 1865 down in Texas. See, mine did. We done answered enough to the white man. The white people done had their time of raping and killing and stealing and beating and doing. Their time is up. Now, I'm going to say this. Yeah, you know, it's a good thing that ICE, because now the Mexicans is going to come together with the blacks, because now they know how the blacks is treated. So now guess what? It's going to be a whole movement. You watch and see what I'm saying. I'm telling you what I'm saying. The white people are losing. They're losing.
This is where a lot of people go. We start going down the EBT road, the SNAP benefits road, without knowing that there are, I think, more white people that's getting SNAP benefits right now. We're not going to go there, because that's not
right where our now. Is going right now, they always have been. Right now, them hillbillies. What you mean? Right now? Why we got to say this? Too. Right now, it's always been that, then, now, and forever. So what you mean right now? If you go to the welfare office, you know what I'm saying? You're going to see white people lined up on the sides of the wall, because the black people going to come in now. As a matter of fact, they probably doing phone interviews. I don't know what they're doing. But then white folks ain't no better than nobody else. Let's forget about them hillbillies. Yeah, and that incest. We can talk about that on another show too, because that's what they keep
They give them white people more money too. On the card and stuff, more benefit.
So we got to start keeping it real and keeping it on the grill and telling the truth. Until we start telling the truth and being real and telling the people the real truth and the facts, ain't nothing is gonna move. And that's what I do. I don't care about hurting nobody's feelings, because my feelings don't get hurt. I promise you.
I think Aaron's a troll.
Aaron, you're going back and forth, and it's not productive, and it's not really doing anything.
Show your face.
I know maybe you're doing
that's a troll. That's a weird troll. That's a white dude. No boy, white. That's a white man. But go back to your hillbilly. Go to your grandma's house, eat some coons or whatever y'all eat up there. Rats. I don't know what
they eat each other.
However you do. Go to bed to.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna have to. Let's do this.
You don't block them. No. Don't block him.
Let it keep coming.
Yeah, this America. This America. He can say what he wants to say. Not that it's relevant to any. There's no substance to it.
That's
But
a
here's the thing, though. Here's the thing that let's move on to another thing
Okay.
that's happening. Trump has all black folks, well, a lot of black folks, not all, because I don't believe it. He has a lot of black folks thinking that the immigrants are coming here and they're taking our jobs. He put this thing out. They're taking your jobs. You know, what was he trying to do by saying that, Jonathan? What do you think he was trying? Was he trying to turn us against them? Was he trying? I mean, like, what do you think his goal was in doing that?
Of course, he want everybody. He want them to be outraged, but it's like the people that come over here. What jobs? They're not. It's not like they're coming over here and taking any prestigious jobs. They're just trying to feed their family. A lot of them are in housekeeping and do
Taking
stuff
the
like
black jobs. Like, that's insulting.
or
Like,
even the black
What's a
job.
black
Yeah.
job?
That's a black
What is
a
a black job?
Yeah.
What is a black job? What is a white job? What is any job?
Exactly.
I have a different perspective on it, guys. Now, I talk about this, and I just recently talked about this on the Ella Johnson show. And I talked about how this private prison money is, Trump is making a lot of money off that. I think Pam Bondi, it's a lot of them. They're making, even Democrats. There are some Democrats making money off that mess as well. But when you talk about giving the jobs, I don't think the immigrants are taking our jobs. I think the convicts are. Right? Because you think about it, they're the ones doing these jobs, and because they don't want to pay. Just like they don't want to pay in these businesses.
That's slave labor. So
That's
no, they're
slave
not taking no
labor.
jobs. They get
don't
a
wanna
dollar a
pay
day.
anybody.
They get a penny and a dollar a day.
Yeah. Y'all are making money off the prisoners, the convicts. That's why people don't have jobs. Even in Alabama, Sabrina,
Oh,
I
yeah.
saw
I know.
somewhere
Yeah.
where in Kia, and I think it's Kia Hyundai, that there are a lot of people that are not able to access those jobs because they got the people from the prisons getting them.
Well, they okay. So that's true. So if you keep up with this, the federal government, not Mobile, Alabama is been under the radar in their prison system for some years now. I mean, major lawsuits with the inhumane conditions to what you're talking about. Them taking prisoners, they take prisoners from the out in different jobs, and they don't get the money. It goes back to them paying for where they're staying or living in the prison. This. Listen, I'm gonna say this. When I tell you, and I tell people this all the time, America has a lot of blood on its soil. A lot. I mean, we haven't even started. And by the grace of God, is the only way America is gonna stay standing, because they haven't even started accounting for the slaves. Now we're back to this. The immigrants, to Trump, to the prisons. America has a lot of sin and blood on its soil. And that's just
I know that's right. Yes, ma'am.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yes.
And then you think about it, and it's just and I wonder this. I say, well, God, no matter what's happening, all other cultures come together and they be down with their people. But the black community has it's a glitch. But you know what? But I also say the black people, starting from slavery and all that, have been oppressed, and they think about it. For generations, slaves couldn't read. They couldn't write.
That's right.
They were not educated, So it's the black community, the black people are trying to scrape to catch up to the times, you know what I'm saying? And then, like you said, you have the house slaves versus the field, slaves. We just really just now getting to that point where a skin tone doesn't matter. We just getting to that point. We're getting to that. We are there. I'm telling you. Because I say that because I say that because now you know what? Look, you know how I know? Because now, there's matter of fact, the census said by 2030 or 2040, America is going to be mostly biracial. Because you know why? Because the new generation, my children and those coming, they don't care about no skin tone. They don't care about none of that. They just love and they accept, because because the music industry, the
Yep.
fashion industry,
Mhm.
you know, the education, you know, of the people, they are now, you know what I'm saying, their minds are changing. This changing. Because guess what? And I told you 2 weeks ago in Mobile, Alabama, right here. You know what's that? What's that secretary, education secretary? What's that wrinkled up wrestling woman? What's her name? That fool. She was
Is it
supposed to,
what's her name?
yeah,
I don't even.
Magmahan. Magmahan.
McMahon. Yeah.
She was
Mhm.
supposed to come to Mobile 2 weeks ago to Murphy High School for Black History Month. For real. And guess what happened? Every high school student in Mobile, Alabama, and Murphy High School, they did not go to school that day. They protested and they protested hard in Mobile, and she did not come.
I love it. I
Yeah,
love
See,
it.
so what I'm saying is the new generation of the new kids, they not having it. They ain't
Well, maybe
having it.
that's what we need to be out here vocally making things,
They
moving
are,
things.
but they are
Yeah,
moving.
that's
You
good.
just can't see it, or some people just can't see it because I'm telling you. And matter of fact, they had an article, AL.com, go read about it. They said the ones that are turning 18 this generation, they fix to
Right.
sweep the polls because a lot of them are not Democrat nor are they Republican. They're independent. The independent party is going to be the next movement. I'm telling you.
yes.
So, guys, since we have this coming up tomorrow there's a State of the Union, and we
Oh,
already know that when Trump gets on the stage and gets the mic,
the
we're getting ready
retard.
to hear a lot of lies. Okay,
Yeah.
how many lies are we gonna hear? I would take $10 to guess right now. Whoever gets closest to it, because he's going to lie. He can't help himself. He realizes that it's do or die for this election, and I think that he's going to come out with a lot of stuff to try to definitely appeal to blacks because we're the ones he has offended the most. Okay, and he's gonna come on this. I'm telling you, mark my word. I already know it. He's gonna come on there with a lot of stuff. When I watched that video with the grandma, I didn't want to see. I didn't want to play all the stuff before it. He was pointing out numbers. I've done this for you people. I've done this, and I've decreased
He
it. You
did
get
nothing.
the best in America, the best that's ever had. Nobody's seen numbers like this. You know all of that, and I'm sure they weren't listening. They just wanted. I don't know. They weren't really listening. You could tell, but
Yeah.
I want to talk about something that people aren't really talking about going into this conversation tomorrow. How we are falling for the okie doke while they're fulfilling all of this stuff in Project 2025. Are you guys familiar with that document and the stuff that's in it?
Yeah.
Have you seen
Yeah.
some of the stuff in it?
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about some of the stuff that affects Black people because, guys, here's the truth. There is what they call a Project 2025 tracker that's on the internet. You can click on it. And
Yeah.
when you click on it, it will show you all of the agencies. And underneath it, on the drop down, it'll show you all of the objectives that they have for that agency. And what that means is that they're outlining everything they're up to. You want to really know what Trump is up to? Stop watching what he's saying and watch what he's doing.
Oh yeah.
Okay, he didn't know anything about Project 2025. So how in the hell are all their policies making it into our White House? They're getting approved. They're becoming policies that he's approving, these executive orders. He's doing everything that was dictated through that document. So one of the things that we want to talk about are the civil rights, guys. They're definitely aiming to get rid of our civil rights. And so this is why I was so disturbed when I saw grandma up there, Sabrina. She's up there kissing this man, and he is trying to take away her rights. If she ever has a disagreement with the government or
Oh
with her
yeah.
job or any agency she's with, she won't get squat out of it because he's cutting her ability to fight.
Yeah.
She thinks he cares that her grandson was killed. He doesn't personally
Oh,
care. He didn't even
no,
care
of
about the
course.
two white people that got
That's one
killed.
thing.
Why
That's
would he
one thing
care about
for
your
that.
black grandson more than he cared about them? He doesn't
Listen,
care.
he doesn't care.
But Sabrina, how do we get people to realize? Because if they're not looking at the Project 2025 document, they're not seeing how Trump is really gutting all of our civil rights, how he's trying to take the voting rights away so that it can be nationalized. If they're not looking at that, what can you say to a person that thinks like grandma and everybody that's like her? What do we say to them? If they don't want to do the homework like we do and see what he's up to, I mean, are there some that we're just going to lose anyway?
I mean, me myself, I just, tell them just go look at Django. I mean, what else can I say? Go look at Django because that's you over there. What else I'm telling you? Because they know what they're doing. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the Judas coin. The Judas coin is always come back to a coin until our people start saying all money is not good money. Listen, you got to learn how to eat a pack of ramen noodles and keep it pushing because matter of fact, if I have to eat a leaf off a tree before I sell my soul, what's the point? Our ancestors, they have paid the price. How much more do we have to pay? Period. How much more do our people have to pay? But see, this is the thing. I'm gonna tell you the problem. See, when our people, we forget where we came from or where you were. Okay, get an education. I have my education. Have a nice home. Thank you, Lord, for that car, whatever but don't sell your soul for these material things because it's bigger than it. This life is bigger than that. And see, our people, they start looking at materialistic things. Oh, I got to look better for my neighbors, or I got to look better for the community. You know what I'm saying? No, look better for your soul. Because right now, the soul is real weary. And the people are suffering out here tremendously. And because you know what? Until our people come together and unite and just really see the big picture. See, but I'm going to say this. Trump is not winning. I'm going to tell you why. Because look at you got to keep up with it piece by piece, play by play. Okay, remember the 2025 was against the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare. It failed. Okay,
right.
He was trying to dismantle. He was trying to dismantle DEI. It lasted for a minute. It failed. Right. Everything. Okay, the tariffs. It failed from the Supreme Court. The ones that he appointed. It failed. Think about it. So the 2025 definitely was a manipulative project to keep the people down and try to revert us back to that time. But see, the problem
what I want to do though is we know it. We know what he's up to, but are we communicating that? This is what I'm concerned about, is that when I start looking at stuff that I don't hear anyone talking about, it concerns me that we're going to have a Kamala repeat. Because if we're out here talking about, because there was something not resonating with Black voters, we have to admit that. This is why we lost. We have to first admit that somewhere we dropped the ball. Somewhere
they weren't ready for that. They weren't ready for that woman.
That's right.
Had it been a man versus Trump, I believe that Trump would have lost. I just believe it. They just
really?
America just was not ready for whatever happenstance for a woman. That's always been an issue. It's always been a conversation. Would America ever have a woman president? Now, I will say this: had Michelle Obama got into that as they wanted her to do, it might have been different because people wanted her to run. She said she's done. She don't want to have no parts of it. She would help people, but she don't want no parts of it. Okay, Kamala Harris. Don't forget, Kamala Harris was a prosecutor. She prosecuted Black men. She was a prosecutor. That was a strike against her. Think about it.
Yeah, I heard a lot of that as well.
So that was not good for the Black. It left a sour taste. So now you're saying you're for the Black people, not saying that the one she was convicting did not deserve to whatever. But you got to look at the mindset of the people and the title that you're running for. You know what I'm trying to say? That's just like me saying. That's like me saying I'm gonna run for at this point I'm gonna run for a Republican office. As foul as my mouth is, and as long term as I've been talking about, they're gonna say no. No.
Well,
so let me hear from Jonathan. Jonathan, what are you trying to say? He's trying to jump in there. What were you saying, Jonathan?
I want to say that I was listening to this podcast a while back, and there were people on there that said they wouldn't have voted for, they didn't vote for Kamala, or wouldn't vote for Kamala, but they would have voted for Jill Stein. So, I mean, there was a lot of people saying Jill Stein would have been a strong candidate to really, probably win. But I mean, I know because she's independent, I guess a lot of people aren't really up on Jill Stein like that. And when I looked into Jill Stein a little more, like she was even trying to get the ball rolling on reparations too. Like even things like that, little initiatives and stuff. And it seemed like Jill Stein want like lots of different groups to win. It seems like a lot the country's divided, but it seems like Jill was like, well, this group can get this group can get, you know what I mean? So I think I know there's sexism and stuff like that, but I think that some men would be open to having a female president under the right kind of conditions, you know?
Yeah. It was just Kamala. She just was not the one. And then don't forget she's coming down under Biden.
Yeah. Yeah.
See that it was just not okay. It was just not Kamala. I knew that Kamala wasn't gonna win. She came from Biden's era under him. She was a prosecutor. She has a white husband. She couldn't decide whether she was biracial or she was black because she kept flipping over that. Yeah. Remember that?
Yeah.
So she had some things that were questionable. And we already were living in a time of questions, right? Had it been someone else, like Mr. Jonathan said, Miss Stein or Michelle or something that was, that was palatable, the whole thing. Trump would have had to run for his money. But I think that they seen Trump as the better person against that lady at that moment. That's what, and then don't forget that under Biden, what is that war they had that those people got killed? It was just a lot of things that people didn't feel comfortable and with her. Like she's a woman. Can she be strong to handle wars? Can she, questionable things like, and I'm gonna tell you something, because now when Trump called her a bitch, I'm gonna tell you something. She was too lightweight. It was that was another thing. Yeah. Oh, Michelle Obama
wanted her. So you're saying that people wanted her to just act crazy when he said that?
No, it's not called acting crazy. It's talking about standing your ground and saying, look here, let me tell you something, Trump, I'm tired of your shit right now. Now, I done been nice to you, and I've been cool with you, and I've been trying to be professional, and I'm an educated woman, and this and that. But what you're not going to do is sit here and disrespect me and call me no bitch, because, you married to the whore over there, so let's keep it on chill. So you got to be, listen, let me tell you something. Why she couldn't do that? Because Trump was doing it.
Yeah.
Trump was doing it, been doing it.
So, Jonathan, do you think that whenever Trump throws something at us, in this case, we're talking about Kamala, that we have to give it back to him the way it came?
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yeah.
That might be one strategy.
What we already know.
What would it have proven, though? What would it have accomplished?
Okay, but think about it. We already know the lady educated. She's sitting up in the White House. She ain't got to prove her credentials. She's there. Okay, but what you're going to do is get the ghetto. You're going to see the ghetto side over here now. Let's take it to the ghetto.
Yeah, because, she is the first female vice president.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So then why not? Why isn't that enough? Why does she have to prove anything to him? I think it would have made him feel better if she would have acted that way.
No, it wouldn't. It would have shut that white man down.
I think I'll be honest with you.
Let me ask you something, Miss Ella. Let me ask you something. What's the difference between Trump being a white man? I don't care if he got power. What's the difference between Trump being a white man and a Karen on the street whenever they acting up and you shut them down? What's the difference? They white. They shut up when they know you're being for real. Like, chill out. We ain't trying to go to the kettle. We ain't trying to go to Metro. But if that's what it called for, I mean, I'm just saying, at what point do we keep giving them a pass to be disrespectful to the culture and to the people? Like, no, you got to understand. You just talked about black people, the black vote, the black people. Okay, because black people know, okay, we're going to be cool. We want to be educated. We're going to come. We're going to have some sense and some class. And we're going to dress nice and look nice and be. We're going to play the party. We're going to play the tea party with you. But when you start crossing that line, guess what? You're wrong for that. You know how I know? Because black people were saying that she's too soft. If you can't handle this white man, how can you handle a war in the nation?
Yeah.
That's just common knowledge.
That's a good way of looking at it.
Trump haven't had nobody to challenge him. He ain't had nobody to challenge him. And when he get challenged, think about it. When somebody
Jasmine, she challenges him a lot.
Thank you.
That's why he says what he says.
And where's she from? Where's she from?
Texas.
Thank you. Thank
Right.
you. And I'm just being real. She was too
But I think
soft.
that even though that may make you feel good, at the end of the day, we need results. We need results. And whatever we're doing has to matter at the ballot box. I want that when black people stand at that ballot box and they gotta make their vote and select who they want in these positions, I want them to think about what he has done policy wise to us, what we don't want policy wise from them, and why we have to vote Democrat. But the Democrats have to be the ones talking about it, not these talk shows. People want to hear, okay, guys, because I believe this. I'm going to tell you, this is what they said why black people voted for Trump. I'm going to give it to you. One,
What first of all,
you ready?
Michelle, who is they? Who is they said?
This is like some poll I saw. I can't tell who actually did it, but this is
Okay.
just a breakdown on the reasons. There was a Pew Research in the 2024 election. That was an article.
Oh, yeah,
Washington
Pew is good.
Examiner.
I like Pew.
And yeah. Okay. So they said that number one, the economic performance, the economic results, everybody, Trump, you remember what Trump was talking about. He made a lot of promises to us,
He-
and black
he
people were
lied.
listening. Well, we're going to lower the costs on day one. Oh, we're going to do this. Biden has he put himself in a position to where he was going to solve our problems like he's the white savior or something. Okay. And at that time, Jonathan and Sabrina, people
Yeah.
needed to hear that.
Yeah.
Even if it was a lie, they needed to hear that.
Yeah. I
Now,
agree.
Kamala was saying it too. She had a plan. And I think Christopher that's watching said something like that. She actually had a plan, but somehow they resonated more with how Trump said it. Why? She was connected to Biden. They looked at her as, wait a minute, no, you're part of the problem. We want something
Right.
different.
Exactly.
Do you think that has something to do with it, Jonathan? That
Yeah.
you agree with that?
Yeah, I think because people that think that the Biden administration didn't do a good enough job, I think they're like, we've seen enough of it. They think that Kamala might be part two of it, you know.
Yeah.
So I
Now
think
they might be ready to hear it.
yeah.
Now is a time to hear it, you know. And
I don't even think if we made the argument now about Kamala, it would make a difference. She just is not. Listen, Kamala just wasn't one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think it's about women.
I didn't want to say this for Trump because he can move on or whatever, but something just wasn't all the way.
Kamala
We don't want to vote. We don't want to vote for someone just because they're black or white. We want to vote for someone because that we have the faith. Not that Trump did, but like you said, Ms. Johnson, at that time, the economy, the growth, people were looking for a fantasy. Okay, but she had the opportunity. She just wasn't brash enough. She was too soft. Like if she would have came on that podium and said, let me tell you something. This man, he done lied already, been lying. He gonna keep lying. So y'all do what you want to do. And when you suffer, you're gonna suffer tremendously because he's full of lies. What is he talking about? Just words. Like it's your delivery. Her delivery was too soft. You are not Michelle Obama. But now Michelle Obama, when you get to Michelle Obama, she gonna cut you now when she get tired.
Yeah.
She said when they go, she said when they go low, you go high. But then guess what? Whenever they went a little lower, she was like, you know what? Forget that. Let me just go on and handle this.
Here's another thing too that Kamala didn't do that Trump did do is Trump was on podcasts, he was on live streams
everywhere.
Kamala just wanted to do the AFM stations. She wanted to do the traditional stuff. Like it's like you gotta get on. Hey, we're on podcast now. Ain't nobody on the radio. Ain't nobody on TV. We on YouTube now. You know what I'm saying? So, and Trump went on YouTube. Kamala should have went on YouTube. You know, did stuff like that.
She was too sophisticated. She was too sophisticated.
Yep.
Here's another one. Y'all ready for this one? This is another reason. Remember when Trump said that he's relatable to black people because he's a criminal?
Yeah.
That resonated with
he told truth on the criminal part. He might can relate because he's still a criminal. I mean,
but it's funny how we heard that the black part, the relatable part, but he's admitting to being a criminal, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and then if you think about if you think about the black community, they're gonna be relatable. Like, well, dang, because that sound gangster
Well,
to
actually,
the black people.
he's saying
Okay,
black
again,
people understand his pain because we were treated unfairly also by the justice system, just like him.
right. And if you're telling that to the masses of the black people that have dealt with pain and injustice and stuff,
They're
they're
like,
gonna
yeah,
vote for
he
him.
one of us.
And that's what
Yeah.
I'm trying to say. But then
Yeah.
Kamala, what did she come and say? She went up there with that little kumbaya. Man, nobody want to hear that. You dealing with Trump. He not no regular human being. He not no regular candidate for president.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Then she could have went and spent and say, you know what, you right. You might. Well, how did you not get treated by the justice system? And you're a billionaire, and they still over there in the hood and poverty. So how is it relatable? See, she could have just spent that just like that. And that was it. See how quick that was. See how quick that was. But see, she wanted to go over there and be with that white dude. Tell your white husband to chill out. Don't get no advice from him. Okay, you need to dig deep down in your roots. Dig deep. Dig deep. Because sometimes when you going, you got to fight fire with fire. That's the last time I heard. The only thing gonna put out a fire is a whole fire department.
Sabrina, you
And
should
that
have
take
been
a
a
team.
campaign manager.
That take a team. That take a team of people to put out a whole fire and a massive fire like Trump. But see, me myself, Trump. Let me tell you something. Trump came to Mobile, Alabama twice. Twice under the old mayor that just lost.
Oh, wow.
He was gonna bring him back a third time. Now the first two times, that's when he was the president. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm gonna tell you where he messed up at. We was chilling over here. Didn't know black people go. Didn't know Mexicans go. They had last day. They had the white people. Let me tell you where he messed up at. This way he messed up at. He shouldn't have never left that door open. When Trump came, he was supposed to pay that tab for his security, for everything in this city. And the Republican mayor, he paid the tab, and our taxpayer dollars had to pay for it. He didn't pay a dime. Trump, the billionaire. Now he tried to bring him a third time. When that third time came, I built the posse and the protest, and I went to the mayor's office. I said, let me tell you something, Mayor Simpson. Let me tell you something. And this is for the record. If you bring Trump down here, it's going to be a burning on the bushes over there last day. Man, burn it down. Trump ain't coming back to no Mobile, Alabama. He don't want us there. You're not going to bring him back to our city where black people or anybody that's not the Ku Klux Klan are not welcome. So bring him if you want to. He's going to be stopped in his tracks. So you better, if you want peace in the city, he can't come back. Now, let me tell you how that flowed. He was trying to go to Birmingham. He was trying to go to Montgomery. He was trying to come to Mobile. All three cities shut him down, and they said, you are no longer welcome in Alabama. Guess where he ended up? In Pensacola, Florida. So it's the power of the truth, and it's the power of the voice to let them know. Yes. As we people, it's not that hard. When they know you, listen, Dr. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, you know what I'm saying? We can go on and on. John Lewis. Okay, they had to say what they had to say and do what they had to do, whether they knew they was gonna live or die. But it's not about that. It's about what's right. It's about what the fight is, and it's about our people. Until we have all these continued things, we're gonna let them just die in vain? No, because I got black sons right here in Mobile, Alabama. These cops know it. Bet not. Bet not. Bet not.
Yeah.
I'm an armed officer myself. Whereas
you said bet not. He bet
not. See that how I got? See, I'm a very educated person. I got degrees. I'm a retired nurse. I'm a state and federal licensed armed officer. I wear a uniform and Glock. I police the police here. They know I police the police. Don't trip. Don't come in my neighborhood profiling. Don't go across town profiling. Wear them body cams. I'm the one that fought to have those body cams mandatory. You're wearing them and you stop and sit them there. Don't tell me that the battery dead. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that they went up. Don't tell me that. And guess what? We had a director of public safety, Chief Lawrence Batiste, chief of police at that time, and the director. Guess what? It's now mandatory. If your cameras are not running and functioning, I don't care if it's a traffic stop. That's automatic termination.
It's
so simple. There? It's so simple. Yeah, it's the law.
Oh, that's
don't be coming up here talking about my oh, it needs charging. Oh, I forgot to turn on. None of that. None of that.
No.
So that's what I'll be trying to say. Of course, these people know I'm intellectual. They know I'm smart. They know everything about me. But when it comes to the fight, I don't care about no piece of paper. I was from the streets before I got a street degree before I got a PhD. facts on facts. Now, what you want? I give you a choice. You can make me go educated or uneducated. It's a choice. Until our people start saying we got to be who we are and get in the fight of the fight of the fight, and stop worrying about what people think about us and talk, oh, they're ghetto. Hood I can be, and good I can be. Which one you want?
Right.
Until we start doing that, period. In every single state, in every city.
Well, I mean, I think that Gavin Newsom picked up a little bit of that fire with fire thing. That's why he got done. They didn't try that gerrymandering over there because he was like, try it if you want to. He immediately jumped on it.
Yeah. In Cali.
He got it done.
He gonna run for president. Watch what I tell you.
I hope so. And I don't, and some people say, oh, he and Kamala. I don't. I think he needs. Who do you think should be his running mate? Who would you say for Gavin if he runs?
I don't know.
Can't say that yet. It's tough.
See, that's a very.
You know who? You just don't want to say who.
I don't. Well, see, let me see. Okay, see, Gavin Newsom.
Yeah.
When you got somebody like Gavin Newsom, he got to have a strong counterpart to fit your personality.
Sure.
Okay.
I think what about the governor
Trump got JD Vance because we know he's a sissy. He stopped wearing that mascara when they told him to, because we know he was wearing mascara. Can't nobody tell him that man had no mascara. We seen it. I mean, he a whole crack baby. He is. He got the movie here. Billy Elgis's mom was on that drug. He a crack baby. What we talking about here? And this is true. Like, why we can't see? That's why I be saying, do you want to be hood or do you want to be good? Because we got a crack baby wearing makeup at the White House. I mean, what y'all want?
I think he's extremely weak. I think he's weak, and
he's very weak.
Yeah, the Republicans thinking about putting him up. That's a big mistake. He's
and Miss Ella, can I say one thing? If I may,
yes, please.
You know what's so crazy about it? All that I just said and all those things I just do. I talk like this at city council. When they get to tripping, checkmate. They know I'm coming. They hate to see me coming. I be there every Tuesday. I missed 3 city council meetings in 18 years. Okay, I got that. Tell you something. This was crazy. You would think that the white people in Mobile, Alabama would not like me. They love me here. Mm-hmm. They be calling me, trying to ask me, Miss Mass, can you give us advice on such city? I say, what you want? Black people, white people, Asian people, Mexican people, everybody. Because guess what? I don't just fight for black people. I fight for what's right for the people. Period.
That's right.
Because we all one people.
That's good.
We are all in one bubble.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But how can I be real? How can I be real with others if I'm not real with everybody? See, that's the problem. Who said we have to go out here and be politically proper and correct? Who said that? Because Jasmine didn't say it, neither did I. And we both from Texas. So what y'all want from us? I just want to know what people want. What do you want? And that's the problem.
I like honesty.
That's the problem why the black people can't unify, because they get around them white people and stuff. Yes, sir, master. Oh, yes, sir. I don't give a shit about if they got all the money and all the titles in the world. I'm not just treat them no different than I'm gonna treat that trash man down the street. You're just a regular human being with some blood running to your vein, with some pants or a dress. Who are you? See, that's the problem. They get caught up in titles. They get caught up in this delusion that these people with money and titles, and you're just a regular human being. Because when Jesus get ready to take your breath away, you're gonna be going to heaven or hell. Which one you gonna do? You can't go to both. But right now on this earth, you got to deal with this. And that's just facts. That's what's wrong with our culture, because we can't come together and say, call an ace and a spade a spade. If you treat me right, I'm going to treat you way better than right. If you
So I have another one, guys, as to what people said that they were, what led them to the other side. This is the kind of stuff we got to talk about. They said that, some residents in urban areas have expressed support for Trump's law and order rhetoric, including the deployment of the National Guard to curb crime. What do you think about that one, Jonathan?
Yeah, Jonathan, it's your turn.
What do you think about that? Jonathan, are you there? Are you there? Maybe he's not there.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, I'm here. Just
okay.
Yeah, yeah. What was the last
I
sorry
was
about
asking, I was saying that we're talking about what it is that Black people are saying the reason they voted for Trump. And one of them is they like the rhetoric about law and order, including the deployment of the National Guard to curb crime. There were some people that liked that. They thought that was being a strong man by doing that. What are your thoughts on that one? That
Yeah,
reason?
I think that might be some kind of little angle that was used for him to get some votes. You know, like Alan was saying of Black God Comics. You know, that masculine. You know, that whole thing. I think you know, trick some people into doing.
Yeah.
And he tried it, but
Yeah.
it didn't. See, that's another thing. It didn't work.
Mhm.
See, that's another thing. That is another block. It failed.
Yep.
It failed because the Constitution says you cannot use your own military against your people unless it's an insurrection. That's the Constitution. He tried it, but he failed and he lost. Just like he was trying to send the net. Remember that ICE when they killed them people up there in Minnesota?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Remember that? And Trump
Yeah.
kept on saying, "Oh, I'm going to send the National Guard to help out the ICE." Remember, he kept saying that. Oh, but
Yeah.
that didn't work. That did not work because the governor of Minnesota, he definitely brought in the National Guard. And when the National Guard got there, guess what they did? They put a perimeter and told ICE, "You cannot cross this barrier because we got this territory." And they started giving food and coffee out to the citizens. That's a failed administration from Trump. The National Guard and the military are not going to go against their people unless there's an insurrection. Because let me tell you something. Trump wanted that ICE mess to be an insurrection because under the Constitution, if there's an insurrection in America, the president, if it's still an
Has to
insurrection, the
stay in
president has to
office.
continue being the
That's
president. He's
right.
not, come on, that's what I tell people. Y'all get this is a whole plot and a whole ploy. But guess
It
what? God
is.
said, God
It
said
is.
you're not going to get this either. And guess what? Another fail, another fail. And then check this out. The one that they put as a director over ICE was under the Obama administration. That's why this shit done got quiet.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Another fail. He had another failed situation. He's
Yeah.
failing and he's falling and he's falling.
I
and he's
just
falling.
wish, you know what, Sabrina and Jonathan, I wish people would understand and read between the lines. And this is why history is so important. That law and order stuff that Trump, I want y'all to think about it. This is a convicted felon.
Yeah.
What does he know about law and order? He breaks laws.
Yeah.
He doesn't know. He
Constantly.
doesn't know. He doesn't
He
even know
goes
the
and
law.
sues for stuff that he knows is against the Constitution, and then
No,
gets
he
mad
doesn't know.
when they uphold it.
Miss Johnson, but that's the problem. He doesn't know it's against the Constitution. The man doesn't know the Constitution.
Yeah.
He doesn't know. He just
So
doesn't. Listen, he's the
when
man.
he imposed all those tariffs, you're gonna tell me he didn't know that
No,
was
he
something
didn't know. He was counting on those Republicans appointed to be on a la cheerleading there for him till he gets out. That man don't know. And listen, the man does not know the law. He does not know the law. The man don't even know how old he is. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
he doesn't. He doesn't know the law. And the problem is, no, the issue is now the Supreme Court, because they've been getting so much hit back and get back from the citizens of the United States of America. Now they having to backtrack and say, "No, bruh, now we don't try to give you a little bite of the apple, but now the core is too deep. We can no longer, because guess what's gonna happen? I know they're seated for life, but don't think that they can be dismantled by the Congress and the Senate as well. They can definitely, because they have violated too many laws in the Supreme Court, and they know you can get got now.
Yeah, they have.
Trump is losing all the
No,
man.
I realize that he's losing, and he is drawing at everything that he can. Y'all don't understand why this is so important. Trump owes a lot of people. He has gotten paid billions of dollars through this election. So he's got to make good on those promises. And when he says stuff like law and order, Black people, first of all, the first thing you should think is, wait a minute, this guy's been breaking the law since he's been in this world. He doesn't care about law and order. He doesn't stand up for law and order. Why do you think he's now all of a sudden doing this for that? Law and order terms, that's a racist trope. That's like a dog whistle. When he says that, what he's saying is it's time for us to step things up. because we need to arrest a lot of black people. And what he's saying is we got some people that we owe now. We got these people making all this money off these private prisons. We need to put them in there. Why don't people know that in the Project 2025 that they have in there that they need 100 more beds in detention centers? You want to know why they're taking people off the street? Anybody, they don't care if they're a criminal or not. They need to make good on that promise.
Yeah.
That's it. It ain't got nothing to do with this man caring about what's really happening in this country. He cares about lining his pockets and making good to his donors that he promised. We're gonna make sure you make your money. We're gonna fill the prisons. We're gonna fill those detention centers. We got you. Because you paid me, and I told you that I'm gonna give you that contract that you paid for. I got you on that. You know what I'm saying?
He's definitely trying. Now, that's interesting. That an article came out today on al.com, alabama.com. See, that's what I'm telling you. The people now, white people, they're feeling comfortable about being in the truth now. Let me say this.
Yeah.
When you start seeing Alabama change, the change is here.
Yeah.
People don't realize
that's right.
Mobile, Alabama was the first southern city formed in the South. This was the first city formed in 1806. Before any city, Texas, Louisiana, any Mississippi, Mobile, Alabama was the first city formed in the Union. Okay? And if you live in Alabama, you will hear them say, so goes Mobile, so goes the world. Because don't forget, they got that big port, and the port just got bigger. It just got bigger. So now it's one of the deepest, longest ports in the South besides Texas. Okay, al.com just put an article out. I'm going to send it to you, Miss Ella. Talking about the prison and how Trump said he's going to deport all the criminals. We're going to deport the criminals and the people breaking the law. And guess what the article said? 70% of the people in Alabama that are now in holding cells, detained, 70% are not criminals. They're law-abiding citizens. They're working. They're not criminals. 2% are criminals. See, this is what I'm saying. The truth is manifesting in even.
And I just told you why.
Even your show, Miss Ella. Let me say this. Even your show. Let's just say this. Don't forget your show. Others, bits and pieces. People are looking all over the place. You may not have nobody on your podcast that say no comment. Oh, but they're looking and they're listening.
Yeah.
Different people in the United States, podcasts, radio shows, TV, voices. You know what I'm saying? You may not know that they're listening and looking. Oh, but somebody is always looking and lurking on somebody's page, and you may not never get a hit. I'm telling you, because people are woke. People are talking. People are not afraid. People are speaking their truth. Because why? Because of Mr. Jonathan, myself, you, others, millions and millions, the voice. You know why? Because he tried to dismantle freedom of speech. Don't forget that he messed up talking about, freedom of speech. Freedom of speech. Oh, but one thing about Americans. Oh, you're not going to take our freedom of speech now, bro. You done crossed the line now. You can't tell me I can cuss out who I want to cuss out. What you mean? If I can cuss the mayor and the governor out in Alabama, you think I can't cuss you out? What you going to do? I'm just saying. See, he crossing the line on things that are detrimental and heartfelt to the Americans. Freedom of speech. He tried to stop it. And guess what? Who did it affect? Not just the blacks, not the Mexicans, it affected who? Everybody.
Well, that's why they got rid of in PBS and NPR. These people were more leaning both ways when they report, and he had to get rid of that. That's in Project 2025. So on that particular objective, check.
Journalism. Look at Don Lemon. Oh, look what he did to Don Lemon. Look what he did to Don Lemon.
There, guys. I'm telling you.
Look what he did to Don Lemon. That hit the fan. That means journalists, whites, blacks, Mexicans, whatever culture, Chinese, whatever. Freedom of free journalism. Now you want to impede on journalism and put people in jail for that, and he did. See, that's another hit. See, everything he doing is coming back manifesting. Like Malcolm X said, them chickens are coming home to roost. Oh yeah, they here. Oh, yeah. They crowing too.
They roosted.
They crowing.
And you know what? The last thing that they said was they felt like they were taken for granted by Democrats.
Who was taken
What do
for
you guys
granted?
think about that?
Who was taken for granted?
That they were like Democrats were saying they felt like they were taken for granted by
Look at your
Democrats, that they
comment.
just were expected to vote for them over and over. No, Geraldine is laughing at you. You said crack baby in the White House wearing mascara.
Yeah, that's what I said. His name is JD Vance. If you want to come visit me, I live in Mobile. You know what I'm saying? Pull up.
No, she's laughing at
No,
you.
I'm
She's saying
no, I'm
that.
saying JD Vance. I was talking to JD Vance. I said that.
Oh,
I
you
told him,
talking to
pull up.
JD? Oh, okay.
Yeah, pull up. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, he's
he's.
very weak. JD Vance.
Yeah.
When I see him, I'm like, boy, bye.
I mean, we can put on here Billy Elgin and have popcorn together and talk about politics. You know what I'm saying? I might cuss you out a couple of times, but
I
you're
mean,
welcome.
because he was the one that didn't even like Trump, and can you
Is
imagine
that
how embarrassing that has to be?
See what I'm
They're
saying?
playing, yeah, they're playing that back and forth
That's
that
what
you
was
said, and now you
that
say
what,
he's kissing his boots, licking his boots.
that's what I'm
Like I
saying.
would have been embarrassed. I would
Okay,
have been
but
like, "No, I'm good,
really,
bro. I don't want the job. I'm good."
that's what I'm saying, Miss Ella. Hold on. Did you see how in the beginning how JD Vance was making appearances and coming out and being all on the TV? You ain't seen him lately.
Yeah, he is.
He's
He is not.
embarrassed. He's
Yeah,
embarrassed because he
he
thought he
should
was
be.
gonna be the next president, bro. You out of there. Trump done messed you up for life, bro.
He really has. Pam Bondi done, because when the Democrats listen, guys, this is exactly why your vote is necessary in the midterms. Because when the House and Senate is now run by Democrats, they can take away all this mess, this foolishness. They can get rid of Kristi Noem. They can get rid of Pam Bondi. I think they're coming, and they're going to come for that.
Kristi Noem, bro.
Oh, yeah, she's done.
Oh
She's absolutely
man,
done.
listen. Well, let me. You know what? Can I? One thing that my mind can't wrap around is like how much, like, how in the world can
Did she
they
get there?
how in the world can they want a title in a month? How can you say like that's just straight selling your soul to the devil right there? Like you have no morals, no scruples, nothing of value. Just lie, 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 lie. Like
it just rolls off her tongue like nothing.
Like nothing, like water. That's what I'm saying. And I be saying, we're like, what? I just can't. Listen.
If y'all saw Pam Bondi when she was in Congress and they were questioning her, and she just seemed like she just couldn't say the truth. She couldn't. Let me tell you why she had to do that. She had people watching her that has paid her off. She also has made a lot of money in these transactions with this private prison. Geo companies and Core Civic, they're the two largest private prison companies in the country. Look it up. And they're in bed with Trump, and all of these Democrats are getting paid too now. And if you watch that show, I named them. Okay, so I'm not trying to say that this is all just Republican.
I know what you're saying.
No, this is why you got to know your politicians, right, Sabrina? And you see how you call them out. You call them out in Mobile. That's how we got to be. That's how we have to be. That's why I applaud you. I applaud you.
And can I say one more thing? But you, like you have to establish. See, this is the thing, and the crazy thing about it, you might see us going at it at downtown at the city council or whatever executive committee meetings or whatever you want. We go at it. Okay, but 10 minutes later, you may see us downtown having cocktails at the same table. Because it's politics. Business and politics are two different entities. Because I don't know you personally to not like you. I don't like your stance and your politics. That's what we argue about and talk about. But personally, we have a great relationship. I got them on my cell phone. We talk about all kinds of stuff. A lot of times we talk about stuff off the record before it gets to the record. So when I'm saying say what you have to say, but also keep in mind, and I'm talking about to the audience, if you're into politics or want to get into it, say what you got to say. Be real. Speak your voice. Take up for your people. Take up for your community. The truth. Not what you want it to be, but the truth and the facts. Because I speak on law and I speak on facts. I don't speak on emotions. Emotions and facts and law is two different things. Emotions are not going to take you nowhere.
That's right.
Because everybody has emotions and opinions. No, you got to stick to the law and you got to stick to the facts and you got to prove your point on the record of the facts. But however, no matter how hard you go at them, Make sure it's not a disrespectful across the line to personal. It's nothing personal. Politics is politics, business is business, personal is personal. Different entities. You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So you can
Yeah.
definitely be who you are and speak your voice and be real with the people. Because the
Right.
people forget they are elected officials by the people. We the
That's right.
Constitution says we the people, not the we the people put on the seat. We the people under the Constitution. We are the
Right.
people and the arch.
Right.
We are the haymakers.
So guys,
And
what we have to what the purpose of this tonight was that going into tomorrow's State of the Union address, it's just to give you some stuff to think about while you watch it. You know, because people
I'm
are going to
not
be
watching
making
it.
their decision. Oh,
I'm
I
not gonna
definitely
watch
will be watching it. I'm definitely going to watch it because I
it.
need to be able to talk about
I
it.
can't. Well, yeah,
I can't.
yeah.
It's gonna make me. I'm not gonna be able to stomach some of it because we know he's gonna lie. We can take a bet on how many lies will he tell because he is going to tell them. He's going to tell them. If they didn't have it in the teleprompter, he'd probably lie about his name, Sabrina. He'd probably call himself somebody else,
See,
right? But listen, but what we need to do is we can't just focus on that. We need to make sure that we're empowering ourselves with the truth. And that's why I wanted to bring some issues here tonight. Give a different conversation about it, not so much one side, because I want us to be able to look at stuff. Because whether we talk about the grandma and what she said, but we gotta take a look at what she did say too behind it. Yeah, she praised Trump. Yeah, we dismiss that, but we can't dismiss why she's praising him. Okay, we got to remember that. And going into the elections, and I will say this one thing that one Democrat did admit, because this is something that we can't forget. One Democrat said, you know what, Ken Martin, he's one of the guys that the DNC chair. He says the party got killed on persuasion in 2024 and needs to rebuild the case that Democrats are the true party of economic stability. So he's admitting, yeah, we dropped the ball. And that's what I was saying. Remember when I said that when Trump was saying that he's going to make it, the prices go down on day one? That's what people wanted to hear. Because at the time, prices were at, even though he was lying, I knew he was lying. Just like I knew he was lying about stopping the war in day one. You don't hear anybody talking about that anymore, right? When's the last time we talked about
He
Putin?
started the wars.
Right?
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, bruh.
Right.
See, this is
so
the problem with our people is, oh God, the problem with our people, they don't want to pick up they don't want to research and do their own homework and stop doing that secondhand listening.
yeah.
If you hear something, research it yourself. Anybody can make up a scenario. If I hear something, I'm gonna hear you. But if you're really listening, you're really smart, you really listen, you can tell us about stuff, you can tell if it's truth or fact. But however, if it's questionable, go to the real sources and research it yourself.
Just research it. That's what I'm encouraging.
Find the real sources, because every source is not a legitimate source. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
And I want to ask Mr. Jonathan something, if I may. Mr. Coleman.
Jonathan, are you there?
Mr. Coleman.
Okay, he's not there.
He's not there?
No.
I really want to ask him about this. What do you call that? Blacktopia?
Blacktopia.
So is it what is it a
well, I'd
movie?
rather him answer it because he knows it better.
I wish he was
yeah,
there
we'll
to-
talk about that later. Because I want to get out of here because we've been here a while. I don't want to keep people too long.
Very good. Thank you. Exactly.
Yeah.
I love coming on.
But I
this
just
stuff.
wanted to make sure that we covered everything. I'm going through a lot of the notes here because, like I said, that we want to make sure that we're not judging Democrats and the leadership by what Trump is saying, because Trump lies. Okay. He lies most of the time. He doesn't want you to empower yourself with the truth. He doesn't want you to go click on I want to challenge everybody that's watching this. Go type it in your browser right now, Project 2025 Tracker. And I want you to lose yourself in there. Click on every single agency and look at the drop down and see what it is that's in there and see if it's done. And that's going to give you a way to realize, wait a minute, Trump has been lying to us. He's over here making it seem like he's for Black people, but he's gutting everything that we fought for. Why is he making it hard for people to file a lawsuit against discrimination? So you're telling me that if a white person discriminates against me, that I can't fight back? Ding, ding, ding. That's exactly what he's doing. In fact, what he's doing is making sure that white people can file lawsuits now for discrimination. What do you mean, Ella?
I saw that.
Y'all don't hear me? What I'm telling
that.
you is that there are lawsuits right now. I got it on my phone right here.
Yeah,
there
you're
are
right.
lawsuits right now that white people have filed saying they were discriminated against. Yes,
it's wild.
and
It's wild.
they're in courts right now.
It's
filed.
wild.
And
Like,
if
it's
you
wild
look
out
at the
here.
Project 2025, that's one of the objectives.
Yeah, it's wild out here, Miss Ella. It's wild out here right now. We're living in the jungle right now. Like, we're living in the jungle, you know, and saying hanging from some, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to say no trees because he'll be talking about the monkey. They might have me a meme of me being a monkey, which I'll be a monkey. I don't give a shit. It don't matter to me. I have tough
I don't
skin.
care. If you just give me a monkey. Look,
You know what I'm saying?
I don't care.
Listen,
Even
that's
though
what I'm
they're
trying
the
to say.
ones that look closer to it.
Like if people don't see after now that Obama thing, it didn't just hit the black
That one
people.
actually made me mad. I'm not gonna
It
lie.
hit,
This lady,
yeah,
I didn't care about that.
you know that, of course. But
Yeah.
the thing about it is, it didn't resonate well with the white people either. It definitely
True.
didn't, because see,
True.
Trump is still in a delusional. He's in a delusional world. He's not in reality. I really don't. You know, can I be real? I really don't think that people voted for Trump because I don't think that white people, I don't believe that they voted for him because they thought he was racist or he hated black. I don't, because a lot of people that I affiliate with here in Mobile are white people. They're Republicans, but they will tell you they are very disappointed. They may not come out and say it in public. They may say it in their circle, but they say they are very disappointed because they say we are the conservative. We're the old conservative Republicans. Those values. Trump has went all the way out to far universe.
Let me give you guys an idea on some of the people, who that they filed, just so you guys will know. February 18th, 2026, the DOJ Civil Rights Division intervened in a massive lawsuit against the Los Angeles Unified School District. Now, no, let me give you another one first. I'm sorry. Let me give you this one. February 17th. That's the first one. EEOC filed its first lawsuit of the second term against a Coca-Cola bottling and distribution company. The allegation is that the government is suing the company for hosting a networking event that was open only to female employees. They said excluding men from an employer-sponsored event, even one intended to support women in the workplace, violates Title VII of the Civil Rights Act. Okay, this is a test case. The second one that I was talking about, they're saying that the target is an integration program that provides extra funding and smaller class sizes to schools with high populations of Black, Hispanic, and Asian students. So the government is fighting that basically you gave more funding to the schools with Black folks in it. But you say he cares about you. He doesn't want your kids educated. But you up here kissing a man because you don't know what he's doing behind your back. This is your government is suing to get white people paid because it's like reverse discrimination, guys. Y'all better wake up. And this is why I get so passionate and frustrated, because when I hear people talk this foolishness and you have no idea what this man is doing, he does not want you to have any rights. He is literally trying to take us back to Jim Crow when you couldn't. I don't know. I don't know when if you think he's gonna make America great again. I want to know when it was great the first time. I'm waiting on that one, Sabrina.
America has never been great.
When was it great? Now,
America
great to
has never
him.
been great. America
It's been great for him.
Nowhere. Yeah, well, I'm gonna tell you something about that. America has been great again. Now, the Ku Klux Klan. I'm gonna tell you where he got that from. In 1960s, when the Ku Klux Klan marched, they had a sign that said, "Make America Great Again." See, that's where he got that slogan. The Ku Klux
He
Klan
gets a lot of slogans from from back in
Exactly.
those Jim Crow days.
That's what I'm
I catch
saying.
them, bro.
The
Let
proof
me
is in
tell
the
you,
pudding.
all of us ain't blind out here. I see it.
But you know, Miss,
Trust.
but you know, Miss Johnson, I just thought about something about you. Um, and I can really, this is just what I'm thinking, and you can confirm it. I see really, honestly, I know why I'm passionate about it because of just things I've seen throughout my life, as far, especially in Alabama. But I just thought about it. You are passionate about this because you are from the heartland of Alabama. You are from Alabama. You
That's
grew
right.
up in Alabama. You grew up in that time whenever, oh my gosh, I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine. Because I be sitting here in Alabama right now, Mobile, just 18 years, thinking about, dang, if I was from Alabama, I think to myself sometime, would I be a voice, or would I be one of the ones that has been vocally suppressed because I would be in fear because this is what I, you know what I'm saying? Like, see, this is a dynamic, a
Yes.
dynamic. You, I know for a fact that you've seen things and experienced things that I would never or have never experienced, even to this day. I count myself as one of the blessed ones that God blessed. That's facts. So I see why you are very passionate, why you're trying to fight, why you are in the fight, why you're trying to educate, because there's probably stories that you haven't even told America about, that you and your family and your ancestry, your grandmother, your great grandmother, your aunts, your uncles, past generations had to suffer through in Alabama. Because I tell people, no matter if we're from Texas to Mississippi to Georgia, guess what? If we look at the history books, Alabama, Alabama was the very hardest. And it's still the
Oh,
hardest. It's still the hardest to break. I'm telling you, I know.
oh yeah, I know it's hard to break. I know we're going against a brick
You
wall
see what I'm
because
saying?
people are scared. They
So
don't
I
want to
have to
lose
give
what
you,
they have. Yeah.
listen, out of all the podcasts and this and that, listen, I have to give you your flowers because I can't even imagine. I can't even physically and mentally, as a woman or just a person of color, I can't
Yeah.
even imagine the things that you know and the history and the hurt things that you heard your people talk about or you talk about or experience in Alabama. Because don't forget, even in Texas, we had to read To Kill a Mockingbird. That's from
Girl,
Alabama.
you should have been on the show last night. We talked about To Kill a Mockingbird. I
You
should
know,
have
in
had you.
in Texas, where you can have a regroup about that again. You know, I don't know about Alabama, but in Texas, you actually have to read that book in your history class, in the language arts class. You have to read that book. You have to
It
write a
was
paper about
mandatory
that
a
book,
lot of places.
and you have to analyze it to say what it
Yep.
was about. And it was a whole
Yep.
discussion. So what I'm
Yep.
trying to say is, throughout history, whatever the case may be, Alabama always ends up in the history book, even in all the southern states. Why
Yeah.
Alabama?
Right.
Why Alabama? Because Alabama was where God said this movement is going to start. And I believe he said this movement is going to end right here in Alabama. You think God's going to start something and not finish it?
Nope.
I'm just being real.
Yeah. Well, we got to get out of here, girl. It's been a
Yeah,
great conversation. Listen,
it
I
has.
appreciate you guys. Blacktopia, Jonathan, I appreciate you guys. I'm not sure if I'm going to see if he's there. Jonathan, are you
There goes
there?
Mr. Jonathan.
Yeah.
There you
I
go.
think he may have
And Miss
stepped away
Ella, you
or
know what?
something.
And I hope that what I just said, I hope that you, when you feel like it one of these days, I hope that you have a podcast about Monroeville and the state of Alabama,
We
and
did.
share with us. I'm talking about you. Share with us your childhood and your ancestry and what you know that we don't know about the
Girl.
experience here. I want to, like, I like listening to. It helps me learn.
Well, we'll do some of that. We'll do some of that. Right now, I just really want to focus on making
Yeah,
sure
not
that
right now.
people are
Not right
equipped
now.
with the information that they need, because a lot of times they may not pick up the internet, look on the websites. So we have to be that voice. I don't care if I have to come here every day just so you guys will understand what's really going on behind the scenes. You can't take Trump at his word. He is a manipulator. You said that best, Sabrina. And you just have to understand that he is doing everything he can to make sure that your rights are no longer there anymore. He is not doing things I don't care. He's going to throw up stuff that you think you've heard about, the talking points, HBCUs, because he did give money to HBCU. He's going to take a couple of those things that he did do, and he's going to lie about the rest. Okay. And you get confused because you're like, but didn't he do something for that? You're gonna be like, yeah, he did. Ella even said he did. Yeah, but that other 5, 6, 7, and 8, 9, 10 things he just lied about, he didn't do that. And he's actually trying to do the opposite through Project 2025. But I hope you guys have learned something tonight on the Ella Johnson Show. It's Black History Month all month long. And I just wanted to come tonight. I know we didn't talk about any Black History stars and stuff like that. This was more important tonight because tomorrow he's giving that State of the Union address. And I will be watching. You guys should watch just to see how much
I watching
time
because you're gonna come back and want a recap.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna recap it for sure. Absolutely. Well, anything else, Sabrina, before we get out of here? It's time to say goodnight.
No, I just appreciate the platform and just letting us be who we are and speak the truth, and let us be unfiltered and raw. That's what I do. Nobody's surprised that knows me. And I just appreciate it. And your guest panelists, all were very well spoken, educated, and everybody brought something good, to learn from.
Yeah, well, I wish you guys could have stayed with us, but next time. But anyway, guys, we'll be back tomorrow night right here on the Ella Johnson Show, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 p.m. Central. Stay tuned and look out for what is coming next. I'll have it posted. Y'all have a great evening. We'll see you next time. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Ella Johnson Show. We'll see you next time.
We are supporters of the Ella Johnson Show. We live in South Korea. We have been watching Ella Johnson Show for like a year now. And we love her show. Her show is very inspirational, motivational, and educational.
If you would like to be a guest on the Ella Johnson Show, send an email to theellajohnsonshow@gmail.com or send a text message to 407-334-6997.
We love Ella Johnson Show.